All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? Cool Truth Wretromania Wrestling Roundtable. Excuse me. I forgot what I was going to say there. Wretromania Wrestling Roundtable, Wretromania Podcasting Network, Wrestling Podcasting Network, Cool Truth Podcast Productions. We got some people here, but I'm not doing the intros tonight. We're going to turn that over to a friend here. But before we do that, I just want to remind you guys, CT Horror Fest, September 18th at the Naugatuck Event Center, Naugatuck, Connecticut. Jake the Steak and Roberts, signing pictures, or signing autographs, taking pictures. Lots of horror, pop culture, some wrestling flavor. All the information, www.horrornewsnetwork.com/CT Horror Fest. And here with the introductions, our friend and one and only, Joe White.
And good evening, everybody. I got to give you a little bit of the mad dog there. But
how are you today?
Mike and
hello, Michael.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to From Pillar to Blade to Truth, whatever we're calling this. I am Joe White, and the reason why you're getting two separate intros if you're listening to the Wretromania feed is because I wanted to do my own intro for this video. Joining me is the one, the only, Mr. Cool Truth himself, Daddy Cool AC.
What's up, everybody? How are you?
And because he's the musician of the group, I told him that he has to be like Chris Jericho.
Oh, God.
And do the entire podcast in the form of a rock scream.
Oh,
Mr.
God.
Blading for Truth himself, Hollywood, Jeff Edwards.
Yeah, baby! Here we go. We're going to podcast! Woo! The best part is you sound just like him.
And he had a woo at the end of it, too. Oh, man. So we were talking before the show. AC said that he had some Ring of Honor news, but before I kick it over to AC, I had a talk with Lavi Margolin, and I told him, I asked him, because he's the guy that I go to for ROH stuff. I'll turn it on every once in a while, but I don't keep up with it, although maybe I should with the Punk thing going on, because there's rumors with that too. But I asked him, I was listening to Fightful, and Sean Ross Sapp, who I really can't stand, but he does know his shit. And he used to wrestle, so I kind of have to give him a little bit of a benefit. Somebody asked him, what about Ring of Honor stepping through that forbidden door? And he said, it's not as far-fetched as people think, was the gist of it. It's been talked about.
So hang on. What forbidden door are we talking about here?
What do you think the forbidden door, the AEW forbidden door?
I mean, is that really a forbidden door? I mean, I'm just like, hear me out for a second. When has AEW been forbidden to anybody? They work with Impact, they work with New Japan. You know what I mean? Like, is that really a forbidden door? Like, I always took the forbidden door thing was AEW to New Japan. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, now it's like his nickname, the Forbidden Door. Any company that goes through AEW is now stepping through the Forbidden Door. So that's where that comes from. So I talked to Lavi Margolin.
Basically saying that is now they're just making it a troll on WWE. Like, we're all going to work together and you won't work with any of us.
So I asked Lavi about it, and because Lavi shout out to Lavi Margolin. Follow him on Twitter at Lavi Marg. He's co-host of the Business podcast. And I asked him, I says, dude, what do you think about Ring of Honor stepping through the forbidden door? And he goes, I don't like the sound of it, because Ring of Honor doing their own thing is what is making them unique right now, which I kind of agree with. And I told him, I was like,
no buzz.
Well, I mean, I told him, I was like,
it's cool, it's fun, and it's different.
Like that, right?
I told him, I was like, old Sean Ross Sapp.
Yes.
So
if you like an empty warehouse, I mean.
Yeah, he said, Lobby said he's going to do some digging around in it, because Lobby can dig shit up when it comes to Ring of Honor. But I don't know if I want them It's like AEW's kind of the quote unquote cool kid in the room. So, what was.
Here's the thing. Here, before I get into my Ring of Honor news, this is the only question I would ask. Ring of Honor, here we go. They've already worked with New Japan for a long time. So I don't get the Forbidden Door thing, but whatever. So let's call it AEW. I'll concede that. Okay, the Forbidden Door is AEW. They've already had an opportunity. I have on very good authority that Impact wanted the Briscoes, and not so much a trade, but in a trade off, they would have sent Deonna Purrazzo to Ring of Honor for their women's tournament. Ugh. So Impact gets Deonna Purrazzo or Ring of Honor gets Deonna Purrazzo for the women's tournament, and then you get a Briscoes versus Good Brothers or whatever tag team we're talking about here. And the Briscoes didn't want to do it. This is the information that I have, and I have this on like very good authority that this actually did happen. And this wasn't even what I was going to talk about, but it just pertains to our conversation. So are the Briscoes then going to say, yeah, you know what? I'll show up on Dynamite and wrestle FTR. Now, we all want to see that match, right? Nobody's going to say, I don't want to see that match. Of course we want to see that match. But are the Briscoes going to do it? Or are the Briscoes going to say, I'm not fucking doing it unless you come to Ring of Honor? And is FTR going to say, are they going to go to Ring of Honor? Or is Tony Khan going to say, you know what, I've already dealt with this fanless bullshit with Impact because we had this working thing going on. Okay. Now I'm going to go to wherever ROH is, and I kind of know where they are, but whatever, we'll get to it in a minute. And then do this again. I mean, was my original argument with White House when we had the argument that I didn't think a lot of this would happen. I ended up being wrong. I'll take the L on that one. But my whole point to it not happening is AEW doesn't need to do this. They don't need to do it.
They don't need to, but everybody wanted them to at the start of it. Oh, they're going to work with different companies.
They did, but their roster is evolving to the point where, first of all, they have a TV deal that none of these assholes could touch. Yep. They have a fan base that none of these people, they have ratings they can't touch. They're selling out buildings people can't touch. They're building their roster to next level. You would have never thought. I don't know, Hollywood. I don't know. I'll ask you this one. When AEW first started, would you think we'd be sitting here 2 years later and kind of thinking about the roster they're about to have in the next 2 weeks to 6 months?
No.
So why did they?
Easy answer, no.
I don't think they need to do it.
Here's the thing, though. He doesn't need to do any of this. Kahn.
No.
But he's doing it. So why is he doing it? He's not benefiting from working with Impact. He's not benefiting from working with even ROH at this level, at this point in the game. So why is he doing it? I think the answer is because he's a fan and he really thinks there's dream matchups that he wants to host or whatever that he wants to see for the sake of the business. That's why I think he's doing it.
No, I think I agree with you. I think that's a fair point. I just think that it just seems like Impact. I could see why Impact is like, yeah, I'll work with Ring of Honor. I'll work with AEW. You know, they kind of need it right now, and it's cool that AEW does it. I'm not knocking them for doing it. I'm just saying is when I look at I'm not trying to knock Ring of Honor here. It's going to sound like I am, and I'm really not. And there's people there that I really like. But their roster really isn't that great when you look at it up and down. And there were some guys in Impact, like Moose is a name that I think is very intriguing to people who maybe haven't seen him. You have Sami Callihan there. You have Eddie Edwards. Different guys that Omega's worked with, Rich Swann. I'm not a big fan of Rich Swann, but the fact of the matter is a lot of people know who he is because of where he came from. And they're also now Jay White, blah, blah, blah. They're bringing in New Japan guys. AEW's bringing in New Japan guys. Ring of Honor just feels like they're so far away from what everybody else is doing. To me.
No, I agree, man. I agree. You look at their roster top to bottom. I thought I was going to order the anniversary show. And I couldn't do it because I don't know half the guys on the roster, and the guys that I do, I don't really have interest in seeing. Besides Briscoe and Lethal, there's not much there.
Yeah, Briscoe, Lethal, and then for me, Flip, and you know what I mean. It's same here. I mean, I do want to see Taven and Vinny in the cage, personally.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be a good match, and it's been a good story that's just been told at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's
where there's no fans. And if we just stick with the Ring of Honor theme here, I'll just throw it out to you. What I heard about Ring of Honor, and I heard this 2 nights ago, literally sitting next to somebody. This was verbatim. I was sitting next to somebody in the business. It wasn't a call. It wasn't text. It was an actual conversation. We were sitting there, and I brought up to him the fact that they moved that pay-per-view, or are moving that pay-per-view in September. It's hang on, I actually so I don't mess up. It's Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be in Lakeland, Florida on September 12th, which is a Sunday. And supposedly they're moving that for COVID fear. Now, maybe they're moving it for COVID fear. And listen, we could get into that all day, whatever the case may be. But there's 2 aspects to this that I really want to get into. And Edwards, I know I texted this to you. I don't know if I did to White.
No.
I had heard that they only sold 126 tickets so far for that show in Lakeland, Florida.
Jeez.
And so either are you worried about COVID, or are you really worried about the fact that you can't sell at the arena? That's question number 1. Here's number 2. I got it on pretty good authority that Ring of Honor is running a bubble in Florida right now.
Yeah.
And that the guys are down there and they need permission to leave and the whole thing. So if you're taking all these measures and everything else, why would you need to move the show? So that, to me, that just reinforces you're moving it because you don't think you can sell tickets.
Yeah, I mean,
so if I'm Tony Kahn, or I'm oh shit, I can't remember. Who's the guy from Impact?
D'Amore.
Scott D'Amore. Thank you. And Scott D'Amore, I'm looking at this, or Jado and Gato, or whoever the hell's running New Japan USA, whoever it is. And I'm looking at Ring of Honor. I'm like, what do I need you for? You can't even sell tickets.
If anything, Ring of Honor is the feeder system into the Forbidden Door, like into the other companies.
The problem is the feeders just let them dry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's. I didn't think they were in Florida. I knew that they were in a bubble, but I thought they were keeping them in Maryland, where the fucking company's based out of.
That's what I thought too. I was told on very good. So part of the reason I know this is XWA school shut down, and one of the main trainers there was Taven, and he moved to Florida. And I have it on very good authority that he needs permission to leave. So, now, this person could have lied to me. I'm not going to say the person's name. This person could easily lie to me, could be making it up, the whole thing. I've never known that to be the case. So if I'm wrong, if you're out there and you're listening to the show and I'm wrong about this, I could be wrong. I'm not saying I know this for fact.
Well,
I'm just saying somebody I trust says this.
Remove that out of it. I mean, if we just look at it from the standpoint of what they've done during COVID, which was absolutely nothing,
They didn't even do a show for how long?
Right. To them dragging their feet, getting people in, to reports of a bubble. I mean, are you far off? It makes sense to me.
Yeah, and I was with White. I would assume, and I think initially the bubble was in Maryland because they ran those tapings. I believe early on the tapings were all in Maryland.
I mean, the thing that I don't get about these companies are they don't understand that every state that has a Major League Baseball team all summer long, well, I shouldn't say all summer, but mid-June, I think they all opened. Even in the North.
Yes.
I've been to Phillies games this year. You're talking about at least 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 people every night in these stadiums. Yes. And these wrestling companies, like like ROH. I don't understand it because in the same state you have WWE that's in their own bubble, and then you have AEW. You have Kahn running shows.
And look at Pittsburgh. Two nights this week, jam packed, hot crowd.
So there's there's an article from back in October, from the Baltimore Sun, but I can't fucking read it because I don't subscribe to them.
Okay.
Gotta love that.
It says,
isn't that annoying, right?
It is.
The headline is grappling with COVID-19. Ring of Honor creates professional wrestling bubble. Orlando had the NBA bubble. Baltimore would have a pro wrestling, and it just doesn't tell me exactly what state they're in. They had to have been in Baltimore at one point.
No, they were. Initially, they were.
They definitely were. Yeah.
Yes. That's indisputable. Yes, they were. But I'm saying now, from what I understand, the bubble is in Florida. Now, we all know they're going to Philly for a 2-night pay-per-view.
Yep.
Next weekend. Yep. So if that's the case, so you're telling me your bubble's in Florida. You are now going to Philly to run 2 shows. I'm assuming there's going to be fans there. I don't know how many.
On such short notice, there's not going to be a lot of them.
I don't think. No, that's not the pay-per-view they moved.
Oh, okay.
They moved the next pay-per-view in September, a month away.
See, here's the thing, and I'm not trying to defend.
Bro, that pay-per-view is not till September 12th.
I'm not trying to defend Ring of Honor here, but let's face it, Ring of Honor is not a Southern wrestling promotion. It's never been really hot down south.
So you're making my point. They moved the show because they get tickets.
You're exactly right, and I'm telling you probably why. They said, okay, run the 2300, the former ECW arena. It's in our backyard. It's where, our first shows were, the fucking company used to be based out of Pennsylvania, for crying out loud, up in Bristol. So they know they can draw there.
Yeah, they could draw there. They could draw in New York City at Hammerstein. They could draw in Lowell, Massachusetts. They could draw in Baltimore. They could draw in Nashville, Tennessee. You know what I mean? They have their little niche areas. And I think apparently what they found out is Florida is not one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it never has been. The only thing, what was that?
But how would it be? So you got Vince running NXT out of Florida every week. He just however long in Florida. I mean, I know there wasn't fans, whatever. WWE was based out of Florida. AEW ran shows with fans for the last, I don't know how long. I mean, I know it wasn't full, but they started putting fans in pretty early over there. They ran out of Florida the whole time. If you're a Florida wrestling fan, you're like the only person that got to see live wrestling in the last year.
Well, here's what kills me about Florida is that I watched an interview with, the interview's a few years old, but I was watching it's Developmentally Speaking. Matt Cardona hosts it for High Spots. And he was talking with the guy who played Camacho in WWE. He was talking with Brad Attitude from CWF Mid-Atlantic, who got signed to a FCW contract back in the day. And he was talking with Luke Gallows. And it's all about their developmental deal from extra work until they get signed and what happened once they got signed. One of them, I think it was Brad Attitude, said, hey, man, I'm going to move down to Florida, and I'm going to tear those indie scenes up down there. And he said he got down to Florida, and there are no indie events in Florida. Florida is not a big wrestling state. Never has been. The only quote-unquote indie that I can ever remember running in Florida was that sister promotion that they had to Ring of Honor that shut down once Gabe got fired. I can't even remember the damn name of it. It was like Ring of Honor's feeder system back.
I actually know a couple indie guys that moved to Florida.
Was it Full Impact Pro?
I'm not sure, but I know a few indie guys that moved to Florida based on an indie promotion that was a startup. This was 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, Full Impact.
And they thought it was going to be a big deal. It wasn't that one. There was another one, but same concept. And it just they couldn't get it to take off down there. So I think you're onto something here. I think people think you automatically associate Florida with big wrestling. You have the WWE PI, NXT runs out of there, and let's face it, all for all intents and purposes, it's home base for AEW as well. But it's home base for AEW because they own a football team there, and they have a football stadium and a stadium attached to it, and like 2 other stadiums they can use.
Shit, I didn't realize Full Impact Pro still runs events. Heat
There you
stroke
go.
21, August 29th.
I mean, how many fans did it get? I mean, listen, there's indies in every state. It doesn't mean it's, I remember back talking with Flip when he first started. They had a little bit of indies here and there in Montana, but he was like, yeah, but I could never get the training that I could have got.
Nah, not in Montana. You're not.
Right. He's like, I either had to go to Texas or Massachusetts because he had contacts in both states. He's like, to get the kind of training. Then because when he was in Montana, he was MMA fighting because he was like, yeah, I could wrestle, but I'm not going to get any real training.
Poor guy.
I mean, you could wrestle anywhere. It doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Have you ever been to Montana?
I have not.
Set one foot in the state, you'll know why he's talking that way.
He filled me in.
But I think
I wouldn't mind going there now, to be honest with you.
Honestly, no, I wouldn't mind it either, except the winters up there suck.
Yeah.
I think the Ring of Honor deal, the chances of Ring of Honor working with, any of the big three right now are, slim to none at this point. I do find it interesting that their deal with New Japan fizzled out a little bit, especially after that Madison Square Garden show that they did.
Well, they had a lot of issues there.
Yeah, but Impact, who almost ruined Okada's career, they have a relationship with New Japan right now, and it's because of AEW.
It's that, and they really they want to kick off New Japan USA too, and they really haven't had an opportunity yet. And I think they're trying to get there by working with AEW, working with Impact. With
their deal being out in California, I'm surprised they're not doing more work with PWG. But then again, PWG doesn't do anything live.
I mean, are they even running right now? Is PWG running?
Yeah, they just ran a couple weeks ago in the Globe Theater there in Los Angeles. But my thing is,
wow, I'm shocked.
Yeah, but my thing is that
Did you have to wear like 6 masks and show like 7 ID passports to get in, or what?
Everybody had to wear masks there. I saw pictures. Anyway, but let's get into last night. Unless you two had anything extra to talk about as far as Ring of Honor and Impact.
The only thing I'm going to throw in on Ring of Honor, I saw this on Twitter yesterday. They put out a poll to their fans. Who you guys most interested in seeing of the recently released talent? Guess who the number one vote was?
Probably Bronson Reed.
No, but he was 2, I think. AC, who's your number one guess?
Of the recent releases?
Of the recent releases, and this is Ring of Honor fans answering.
Fish.
Of course. This is the problem with Ring of Honor, guys.
Yeah.
They don't want to do anything different. They just
it would have been Adam Cole, or it would have been Kyle O'Reilly, or it would have been Roddy Strong.
You know who's to blame for that? Okay, so they had a chance to be something different when they hired Marty Scurll. Marty Scurll basically said, hey, you want me to stay with you, you got to let me work NWA, and you got to give me the book. Mm-hmm. They give him the book. Speaking out happens. He gets tossed. And then what happens next? The book...
They go right back to fucking... Delirious.
Yep. They go right back to Hunter Johnston, and it's, okay, I'm just going to keep doing whatever worked in 2002 or 2010 when we first started gaining traction. We're going to do whatever we did back in the HDNet era. It's worked for...
So their women's tournament, they obviously Maria's the on-screen booker of the women's tournament.
Yeah.
It's somebody else behind the scenes.
Right.
Unless it is her.
No, it's not her.
Who is it then?
I wish we had another guy in this show tonight because he could back up this information. It's Bobby Cruz.
The fucking ring announcer?
Yeah.
Oh, he's more than a ring announcer.
He's more than a ring announcer.
I know that, but
that's like the way he said it. It's like he's fucking, like you ring announcer. How dare you? No, Bobby Cruz is running that, and allegedly, I I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not.
So
but
let me ask you this: Do you think something happened with the Marty Scurll contract that they're stuck paying him an exorbitant amount of money? Is that why they're not opening? Is that why they're not doing anything not typical of ROH?
The only reason I'd say no is he did make an appearance for New Japan on the Strong Show.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was like a backlash, and New Japan was like, nah, forget it. They have paid flips since then.
Speaking of Peraza, she just won the AAA women's title tonight.
Ooh. Wait, is this Megan El Idolo?
Yeah.
Yep. And El Idolo is taking that fucking... There's no way to watch it in the U.S. without fucking pirating it.
Oh, really? I'm surprised Fight TV didn't get a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it. They got that 6-sided ring, and they handed her the belt. She won. Let's go ahead and let that be the lead-in for fucking.
There you go. Perfect.
Rampage was last night. I was texting Edwards, texting AC. I know you two were texting each other probably.
I didn't watch it live. I watched it this morning.
You told me you had to watch it because you were at the
I was bartending a wedding.
The Weinstein wedding, Mazel Tov. Anyway.
So fun fact, at this wedding, I'm standing there, and this very attractive woman walks in. Hot, long black hair, tan skin, salmon dress, strapless. And from a side profile from like 20 feet away, I thought it was my ex.
Oh, yeah.
And it literally fucked me up the whole night because every time she walked to the bar, I was like, I did a double take. When she got closer, she was not as pretty, but definitely could have been a twin sister.
Did you put your hands in your pocket, pal?
Yeah. I thought about it.
You should have.
I thought about it. I almost went to the secret employee bathroom. Yeah,
pal.
Taking care of business, pal. Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do, pal.
That's one thing. I want to go south to find a Southern Belle, but some of these Italian women up here are just, oh man,
they're fucking crazy. Don't get involved with these bitches down here. Can you imagine? Vince,
hold on. Did you ever meet some of these Northern Italian women, really hot ones?
There was.
You want to see fucking crazy?
Back before I met my wife, there was this one girl in Pittsburgh, but
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, man.
That's not south.
No, I'm talking about up north. You said if I met any of the northern girls. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Pittsburgh doesn't fucking count. You gotta come up. I'm talking fucking New York, New Jersey, Connecticut.
Pittsburgh's like a weird island that
it is
shouldn't exist. I don't know.
Shouldn't exist. Dude, I drove through Pitt. I think I've ever done anything significant in Pittsburgh, but I drove through Pittsburgh.
I will never go to Pittsburgh again. Go ahead.
So, have you guys ever heard of Paul Spetafor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was boxer from Pittsburgh. He was 48-0. He was going for 49-0 to tie Marciano. This was before Mayweather went for 49-0. And it was a Roy Jones promotion. It was at the Mountain Air Casino in some bumblefuck town in West Virginia. And obviously half of Pittsburgh was there because you had the fucking Pittsburgh kid, fucking Paul Spetafor. He ended up losing, which sucked. So me and my boy drive overnight. We get to West Virginia. We try to get a hotel near the casino. They're all sold out because Spetafor is fighting. So we go over to fucking River or whatever the fuck we went over. We got a hotel room in Ohio because you have Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, that little triangle there.
Yep.
So we got a hotel room in
Triangula
Ohio.
della Morte.
Yeah. Something like that. Maybe Triangle della Morte with like less teeth.
Yes.
Hey, you're getting ready.
We go to this fucking Mountain Air Casino. I'll tell this really quick. And we get tickets, and it's a fucking different, like, that's different world down there. The only casino it reminded me of is like the one in Bangor, Maine. You know what I mean? So we get tickets to this event, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's in a field house across the parking lot." We're like, "Oh, cool, the field house. That's probably pretty cool." Bro, we go in there. It was like a fucking high school. The wood was like breaking on these bleachers. that we were sitting. I'm like, how is this a pro fight for a guy going for 49-0? Paul Spetafor, Roy Jones Promotions. Where are we? And they had a strip club across the way, and we walked in there, and it was like, we got one of those, you boys ain't from around here, are you?
Speaking of no,
I had like the V-neck on with the fucking rosary beads. I was fucking Jersey Short out like a motherfucker. They knew.
Headband.
They saw me coming from a mile away.
Headband.
he had the headband on, folks.
I didn't have a fucking headband on, but pretty close.
Can you
But
imagine?
anyway, go ahead.
Can you imagine Vince at a wedding? Tequila.
That's a fucking bar mitzvah.
No, it's a Jewish wedding.
Jewish wedding. Same difference.
Dude, have you ever been to a Jewish wedding? They're fucking amazing, actually.
I'm sure they are. I have not, but I'm sure
You
they
want
are.
to work out, though? You want to work out? Go to a Catholic wedding. Stand, sit, kneel, pray. Stand, kneel, pray, sit. All that shit.
I haven't been to any of those.
It's like a religious aerobics class.
Trust me. Listen.
Oh,
Well, you're
Story of
Catholic,
my
right?
life.
Or you were,
Story of
right?
my life.
Yeah.
Roman
okay.
Catholic, bro.
Yes, of course. I was
I've
going
been
to say,
100
wait.
weddings like that.
That's every wedding I've been to.
he's getting ready to move down south.
I've been to every Catholic church named St. Peter and Paul this side of the East Coast.
You're not going to find too many of those down south. Trust me. Get ready to find Mount Olivet Baptist Pentecostal whatever church, man. You're going to be in the
I
holy.
like those churches where like sing and they clap and it's like fun. The Roman Catholic Church is like,
like
and then
fucking-
you kneel, sit up, put the thing up, put it down, sing a, say a prayer, sit back up.
Unity of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. And John, a reading from John 3:3.15.
in like,
Point one.
it's like watching.
James is gonna love that.
It's like watching a 1998 Undertaker promo. But now, down south, let me tell you what you're going to get down south, dude. I grew up in a Pentecostal church, which is the Holy Rollers, okay? I remember being about 5 years old and getting the shit scared out of me because I'm in church and we're getting done with what they call down here praise and worship, which is the singing part. And my grandmother on my dad's side of the family, because they're the religious nuts. Yeah, dude. She started speaking in fucking tongues. No, here's the crazy part, okay? I had seen her do it before. It's not a thing. You just sit there politely and look at your watch and go, God damn, we got to be out of here by noon. Is she ever going to stop? But then this one Sunday, she's doing it, and all of a sudden, her best fucking friend, you know, they have those church friends that they're your best friend at church, but you don't give a shit about them outside of that building. She jumps up on the other side of the room, stands up, and starts translating. That is some scary fucking shit right there.
Nice.
AC, you're going to be in for that, man.
Listen, I don't think I'm too far off from the experience because when I worked at the boxing gym and I worked in boxing management, below our gym was, I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. It was like a black church, right? You know, mostly black people.
Oh, yeah.
And they were sing and like, dude, me and my boy used to go not every Sunday, but a lot of Sundays we would go there. Dude, we had a fucking ball there. They're like singing and everybody's into it. And they would like, you know, a church member would get a new job and they would like bring him up and be like, brother Rob got a new job this week. And he's, it was because he comes here every week and prays to the Lord. And everybody, amen, yeah, clapping. I'm like, dude, these people are like, they are into this. Like, this is fun. And then afterwards, they would have like these meals, all this soul food, collard greens and chicken.
Nice.
Literally, the food was amazing. Nicest people ever.
Wait, why'd you say collard greens and chicken? Is that all they
Because
had?
that's what we would eat.
Is that all they had? AC, come on.
That's what I would
else?
eat because there was other things there that like stuff that I wouldn't eat. There were cornbread. Well, I would eat cornbread.
Oh, here we go. Of course, cornbread, right?
Yeah, no, dude, there was a lot of food, but the two things that came to my head were collard greens and chicken, and they were amazing. And those people were awesome people. I love.
We know your game. We know your game.
What he left off the list was chitlins, black eyed peas, watermelon, and sweet tea.
There probably was all that too. There's so much food, dude. I'm telling you, I am not joking. That church was the funnest time in my life.
Did the
awesome.
Well, at church.
Here's the sign of a good black church. Did the preacher sing the sermon?
Oh, dude. The preacher was great.
You ever hear about
and fun fact, I had to do community service. Right, I might have gotten into a little scuffle and I had to do some community service. And he was like,
AC got his ass whipped. Anyway, go ahead.
No, it's not really what happened. It was like stupid shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, pal. So anyway, so I had to do a little community service. So he said, Brother Ant, you come to church, blah blah blah, do a little mopping here and there every other day.
Yep.
I'll sign off for you. So I showed up to church, and that's the real reason I went the first few times was because of that, because he was hooking me up. And then I was like, wow, this shit's pretty fun. Like, and it was just like you bottom of a warehouse where we had the boxing gym. You know, they carpeted the floor. They had nice chairs. They had all their little setup. It wasn't like, you know, when you go to these like Catholic churches where it's like Catholic church and all, you know, the glass windows and all the crazy. It was just the atmosphere was like total opposite.
So I love black churches because white churches don't have this. And folks, if you're taking this,
they don't. Come on, down south they don't have white churches or churches where everybody goes and they sing like that and like they're all excited. And
yes, they do. Yes, they do. But
to me, that's the way to do it. Like those people were having fun.
But
I loved it.
I love when the black preacher sings the sermon. He's like, and they have the organ that plays like a little interlude. So you'll have.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
And God went, off he told the people, he's like,
the best part is I didn't know the words and I would just get up and like move side to side and clap.
You know what AC is like? AC is like that scene in Forrest Gump where he's in the black church and
I had no fucking rhythm. I would just hide in the back.
And then when AC gets a bunch of money, he's going to donate it all to the black church, and the black preacher's going to be like, "Praise the Lord."
Hey, fun fact though, there was a NFL player who was a part of that church.
Honestly, like
name drop. Come on.
Go ahead.
He played safety for the Lions. What the hell is his name? Hang on, I'll look it up. You guys talk.
Oh, nobody remembers him if he paid for the Lions. I don't know football, and I know that much. Anyway, Rampage. Now that we're done with our black church rant, Rampage.
All right, you tuned in for wrestling, and you got none so far. So
I know. Yeah,
we're about to do it. We're about
and
to
God said,
Amari Spivey.
Okay.
Okay.
And God said, take that contract to the ring. Let him sign the contract. Anyway.
I got to be honest, folks. His depiction of what it is sucks.
It's true. Dude,
it's not even close to how fun it is.
It's because I'm white, okay? I'm sorry, I'm a honky.
No,
and
I think there's probably white people that could do it better than you anyway. But let's move on to Dynamite. Or let's move on. No, we got to move on to Rampage. Where am I?
Rampage, yes.
Black people are fucking listening to this going, that cracker is out of his mind. Yeah. Anyway, Rampage.
Oh, they know what they're getting.
Yeah, Rampage. It was like, let's start at the top here. Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. Damn good match. I love this, except for the referee distraction taking a little bit too long. I don't think it needed the low blow. I give it, if I had to go on the Meltzer scale, it gets 4 stars easily. Easily gets 4 stars.
I think it was better than that.
I think it was better than that, too. I think it was the best Kenny Omega match since, what's his name? Okada. Yeah, what's his name?
And
so
I do. I think it was Kenny's best match.
I mean, that's basically you're saying it's your best Omega match in AEW.
Yep.
Yeah. It's Omega.
I mean, it's pretty close. You know what? It probably is because I can't think of one off the top of my head that I would say was better. Even though he lost, I like the finish.
I love the finish.
I like the fact that the Bucks did come out. But I like the fact that they didn't have like all the elite out there like fucking with them, and then you would have had Jurassic Express coming. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I know you got a little bit of it, but Callis is there. That's fine. The one thing they did for a change is Callis was by the ring and not on commentary.
Yeah,
probably because there was no room. And
You had
You know,
Rock
well-
Street and Country Boy up there taking up 2 of the spots. So
I mean, I thought the match was really good. It was way better than I expected to be. You know, kudos to Christian. I mean, obviously, you know, Omega's Omega. I mean, we haven't seen it a lot, but I thought a lot of that. I don't know. I'm not going to say Christian brought it out of him. I just thought they were, for some reason, there was a lot of chemistry there for guys who probably haven't worked together at all.
No.
No, I don't think they did.
It just felt like the timing was there. I mean, Christian's a pro. Let's be honest. And Omega's a pro, and 2 pros worked. And I thought it was really good. Like I said, I love the finish. I love Callis not being on commentary. Not to change the subject, but do we need 4 guys on commentary?
No.
I would have been happy with Tony and Mark Henry and just see how it went.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need Taz? You can't have Taz and Jericho. That's just stupid. And why is Excalibur the fucking play-by-play guy?
The rumor is that Mark Henry was only supposed to be used in the backstage dude, like fucking what's his face is?
Alex Marvez.
Marvez. That's why he was like, I gotta go to the back. That's why he was doing all the backstage shit. And that's his role going forward.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
But my only problem with the finish of this match is I wish he would have beat him clean. Everybody goes, oh, he got a clean win. No, he didn't.
No, White, you can't do that.
You
can't do it. Here, I disagree with you because Kenny's got the elite. If they didn't come out to attempt to help him, it wouldn't have made sense.
No sense at all.
And they've been doing it. He's been winning dirty this whole time, doing shit like that.
I mean, but that's the thing that kills me is that going to be Kenny's gimmick throughout his entire career in AEW? Is that he never has a clean, he never has a clean loss?
He's a heel. He does what he has to do. Why?
I mean, he never has a clean loss. Didn't he lose like 3 matches the first year of AEW? I mean, I know what you're saying right now. He shouldn't have a clean loss. And here, the other part of it is, number one, this is for the Impact Championship. So I got to think D'Amore has some input on this, right? For some reason, it was time to take it off Kenny, and it was who's going to take it off him. Now, here's the thing. From an Impact perspective, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about this, what does this mean for the Impact roster that Christian had to be the one to do it? You know what I'm saying?
That's my thing, too.
I feel like Kahn is like, I'm not letting him drop it to any of your fucking guys. So you got to pick one of my guys, and I'll let him work your shows. To me, that's how this went. And this is why I never think these working relationships are going to work, because it was the same thing that happened to Ring of Honor with New Japan. New Japan had say over everything. You could see that at the shows. The New Japan guys always won. It was always New Japan first, Ring of Honor second. And it's the same thing with Impact and AEW. And I get it. And if I'm Kahn, I'm not letting my champion lose on, a show in front of 30 people on Impact. I'm really not. So, I feel like D'Amore had some say in this, and maybe it was time to get it off Omega, and they found a decent way to do it. I don't know. Your guys' thoughts about that, and then we'll take
Go
the
ahead,
other
White.
side.
You can jump in here.
I think that we were talking last week, I think, me and you, AC, and we were talking and saying, okay, he's not going to lose on somebody else's television. And this kind of proved it. And he's not going to lose to he's not going to lose to somebody who's not on AEW's payroll on AEW's television.
Right.
Because Kenny's the golden boy and we got to protect him and all this mess, heaven forbid.
But they should do that, though.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the point I was going to make.
If you're going to do the Forbidden Door, and if you want to help and work with these other promotions, why couldn't it have been Moose? Or, he's already...
See, but here's the problem. This is the same argument I had with White House. You guys are looking at this as all things being equal. They're not equal. Mm-hmm. They're not equal. And you have egos involved. And the promoters have as big as egos as the workers do. Listen to Tony Khan last year.
And I look at it like this: is if you are Scott D'Amore and everything, and if you're Scott D'Amore, and if you're fucking, well, maybe not so much the New Japan guys, but if you're the Impact guys, you're looking at it as we're gonna go with the flow, with whatever Tony Khan says, because he, like you said, AC, he's got the TV time, He's got the fan base. He's got the the national publicity, all this stuff. So, because if we piss
my promotion,
yeah, if we piss Tony Khan off, he could yank the thing away, and that's it. We're right back down to the fucking, bottom of the third barrel again. Nobody's watching us, So it makes me wonder. I wish I was a fly on the wall, or a bug on the line, if you will, when these people are talking to each other. I really wish I was a part of that conversation. Because like you said, there's egos.
Here's my thing, though. I don't think it's ego-based, and I put this on Impact. Okay, so here's the first step. If Impact's going to agree to put their title on Omega, they have to think they're going to benefit from that. Right or wrong? He doesn't work for them, so why would he?
That would be the only reason to do it, right?
Right. Then, if you have Kenny come back and you don't have a guy in place, you don't have a guy that's hot enough, what do you do?
Which they don't.
And they don't. Sami Callihan is not the answer for that. I don't think Moose is either.
Either is Brian Myers, who they just had win a number one contender battle. He's going to be facing Christian.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't put him over Kenny.
True.
So in my opinion, what the Moore decided was, I'm going to get eyes on my product, and the way I'm going to do that is to put my belt on a guy that doesn't work here because he's over with the wrestling community. So we did that.
I mean, he did get. Let's be honest. It's not like the AEW fan base was mad at this. Like he was over last night.
Like I said at the very beginning of the show, they wanted this. The fans were like, "Oh my God, he's going to be working with other promotions and all this." They said that.
But here, when you look at how they're booking beyond. Let's take it from the Impact perspective, which is what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
From Bound for Glory, when they're saying, New Japan, AEW, I think they even flashed Ring of Honor on their promotional thing there, which is fine. They can still utilize Omega with Jay White.
Yeah. Do you
know
now,
what I mean?
Do you now get the Elite versus Bullet Club thing going?
You can still do that, and the Impact title isn't part of it. You know, maybe New Japan puts up the never open weight, or Kahn says, "Hey, you can wrestle for the AEW title, Jay White." They've had New Japan titles defended on Dynamite already, on AEW shows already. So they still have that, and now you have a situation where, to Edwards' point, I don't think they have a guy. I agree. They don't have anybody hot enough to take it off Omega. But Christian now.
I don't think they have anybody hot enough to take it off him either.
They might not, but that's where. So if I'm D'Amore, you have to have somebody in mind who's going to challenge Christian for this title.
See, from D'Amore's perspective, I'll just throw this into the work that they did by getting eyes on their product through Kenny. They don't want to shit on that by having just anybody beat Kenny for the title.
Right.
I think Christian makes it easier to get that accomplished. Does that make sense?
I agree. Who ended up winning their? They had a battle royal for the number one contender.
Brian Myers, Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Listen. I don't think he's the guy. I mean, if he takes it off Christian, is the wrestling world going to lose their minds? I don't think so. If he took it off Kenny Omega, they would lose their minds.
Right.
Especially when he's AEW champion. And I think there's another side to this when it comes to Christian and Kenny, and it's the side I don't like. And I don't like the idea that he's the number one contender for the AEW title.
I don't like that either.
And I don't know how you guys feel. I feel like we're going to get a third dance partner here. We'll
get into that because I know your theory on that, and that goes into the Fuego shit. We texted each other about that.
Okay, so we'll talk. We'll get into that later. That's fine.
I think that Edwards, you brought up a fantastic point, and I gotta. It circles back to the Ring of Honor thing when they went back to the booking of Delirious, and Delirious is booking things like 2010. Bringing back the Pura title, which was a good choice, good deal.
Yeah.
Booking, that's the way he knows. Impact has always had a hard-on for Christian, even back when Carter was in the company. You go back to there was a podcast with Bruce Pritchard where they were talking about the Ric Flair Hall of Fame when Ric Flair went into the Hall of Fame with the Four Horsemen. He was with Impact at the time.
Mhm.
I think it was WrestleMania 24. They said, okay, well, we'll give you Ric Flair, but you got to give us someone else. They did not ask for John Cena. They did not ask for The Rock. They did not ask for anybody else. They asked specifically for Christian Cage.
Mhm.
Come back for that one night only. Because Dixie loves Christian. Impact Wrestling loves Christian.
Could
And
it be a Canadian tie there too, or
yeah, I mean, to their credit, Christian is a guy that all the Impact fans know. They have footage of him. They were using footage of him on Impact from their tape library this past Thursday. I actually sat down and watched Impact. They
no, let me ask you this though: does this at some point, once we get past this number one contender thing with Christian, I could see a scenario where Christian is absent from AEW TV and spends his time on Impact TV for a little bit, which with Omega, that was never going to happen. And I think part of the problem with the Omega run being Impact champion was everything he did on Impact, for the most part, never got promoted on AEW TV.
You know, it reminds me of something, AC. I hate to cut you off, man, but I got to
go ahead.
I got to bring up this point. After they take their commercial break and they're in the back, and the Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy were out there with Christian Cage. I think we found our answer for who's the guy that's going to face him in Impact seriously. Because who was in the back of that promo? Do y'all remember?
Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy, yeah.
He's just hanging out in the back. He
was just chilling back there.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with the storyline at all. He's not there for the hell of it.
You're right. You're right. There was a reason why he was there.
I could see Orange Cassidy on Impact.
Wait, are you or is he going to be the third guy in the title match?
Oh, please God, no.
That'll ruin my whole plan.
Yep, it will. Because I know your plan.
I don't know what this plan is. Why don't you drop the plan here?
Yeah, let's just get into it. So, I was in a group text with Sean Conda, Smitty, my boys. Shout out, guys. BDFL, what's up? And this was last week, or this was after Dynamite, before Rampage, and I think it was kind of was like really like, what the fuck? Why are they doing the Christian Cage match now? Why isn't Page the number one contender? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, dude, there's a couple things going here. Number one, that was for the Impact title. You have a few weeks before the pay-per-view they just said he's the number one contender. He's getting a title shot. Mm-hmm. There's no specifics. You know what I mean? There's no specifics to the match yet. You can always add somebody.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You can't just add Page. Why? Because they did a 5-man elimination match. And it said the stipulation was, if you do not win, you cannot wrestle Kenny Omega for the title. And the Dark Order cannot wrestle the Young Bucks for the tag team titles.
Right.
That was the stipulation set by Omega and Callis for them to agree to the 5-man elimination match.
Now,
as of right now,
is that stipulation is that for as long as they're champion, or is that?
I think the way I took it was this Omega title run. Like, if you don't win this match, you're not getting a shot at this title right now. I don't think it was like the Cody thing where you could never fight for the title.
I don't think.
Right. But here's the thing. There's ways you could get around this. There's different things you could do. Page could, drive Omega crazy to the point where he wants to fight him again. Or whatever the case may be. Maybe I'm going to fight Christian Cage for his number one contendership, and Tony Khan says, if I win, I'm getting in the match, or whatever the case may be. I'm cautious about bringing Page back into it because I don't know if him not winning the title would kill his momentum or not. The one thing I know is I don't see Omega versus Christian for the AEW title as a big enough match for Omega on that pay-per-view.
What day is that? 29th?
No, it's Labor Day weekend.
Oh, okay.
So the 4th or the 3rd or something.
Okay, so CM Punk will be in by then.
Yeah.
Hey, well, we'll get into that, but it sounds like probably next week. Now, if you tell me, here's the thing, though. If you tell me you're adding Punk to that match, you could take the Page stuff out of it. But there's other people too. I'm just saying I don't think that you're going to get Omega and Christian one-on-one again for a title at the pay-per-view.
Do they do some sort of beat down angle? Because everybody seems to think like the Elite is going to beat down Christian Cage, whether it be
he gets hurt.
I say do it on Impact and then show the Impact footage on the next Dynamite or whatever.
I know, but they haven't really. That's the problem they haven't really crossed over that way. You know what I mean?
Gallows and Anderson have.
They defended the titles on there, but there hasn't been
every week.
What's that?
Gallows and Anderson are on
they
both.
They probably work for both companies, but dude, what has AEW done to promote anything that Impact's done? They've done nothing.
You're right, but maybe that's
Kenny Omega's defended. He actually defended the AEW title on one of their pay-per-views, and they barely said a word about it.
You know what kills me is Impact. Fucking on Impact Thursday night, they were showing adverts for Triple Mania, and they were showing adverts for fucking Rampage.
Here's the thing: we're getting off the rails again. This has nothing to do with Impact. This is about the AEW title. You know what I'm saying? I'm just Christian.
So your plan was you just want to sell the pay-per-view. That's what you're thinking here, right?
I don't think, given the fact that we just saw the match, the one-on-one match, I don't know if that match is big enough to be the main event of the pay-per-view.
It's not.
Let me ask you this:
unless you're going to tell me, go ahead.
After what we just saw last night,
yes.
What if they just rematch belt for belt? Does that do anything?
But do you think that's the big enough for the main event?
No. Not
well, let me ask you a question. What if they do? What if the main event's CM Punk versus Darby Allin?
Not in a main event, no.
All right.
Darby's not there yet.
So you got to do something with that title match. Is my point.
That's what I've said all along. That's where Christian being in that, getting 2 title matches like that is the problem.
I don't mind it from the Impact perspective. I don't like it from the AEW title perspective.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was okay with the Impact thing, but they didn't have to go and announce, he's going to be at All Out too.
Here's the problem with their
for the AEW
their ranking system is they're just going by record. They're not going by quality of match, how big the match was. I'll give you a perfect example, and we'll obviously talk about Red Velvet and Britt Baker. Red Velvet, they're telling she's 22-7. It's Red Velvet, blah blah blah. But here's the problem for me, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Every time I've seen Red Velvet in a big match on a Dynamite or a pay-per-view, she's lost. So I don't care about the 22. I care about the 4 of the 7 that I've seen her lose, because those are the big matches. I don't care about the 17, 18 matches they do on Dark every week. They mean nothing to me. So when you tell me Christian Cage has won all these matches, I mean, how many big matches did he really win to be number 1 contender for the AEW title? Why are we putting these guys in basically your number 1 through 5 contenders for the AEW title and the TNT title? The only way I see around it is Paige going after Miro, which I don't know that would happen. You have to do something big with Adam Page here.
I don't think. Oh shit!
The Italian hands were going.
I know,
Microphone
right?
Got knocked over. Hello.
He fucking.
All right, I'm good.
There
Sorry,
it is. There it is.
I talk with my hands. I knock my mic.
There it is. I called it.
Paige,
you have to do something big with Paige.
The Paige,
and you have to do something bigger for the title. And here's the problem: the Paige, after the 5-man elimination match, all the Paige stuff with the Elite was really fucking good. So it made me want to see it more.
All right, hold up a second. Hold up. I agree with you with the booking. Okay, like we've been through this ad nauseum with the rankings. What Kahn does is, when it's time for Red Velvet to wrestle on the pay-per-view for the title, he has 2 months to give her wins. Therefore, he doesn't have to write a story. So he just books her to win on YouTube, and then all of a sudden she has enough wins in 3 weeks.
So you're saying the Booker of the Year is lazy?
Yes. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. And this has pros and cons to it. That's why I'm going to bring it up, because I want your guys' opinion. Sometimes it's just as easy, or a lot easier, to roll out Goldberg, get in the ring, and look at the champion and say, I'm next. What would you prefer to do? Because there's no story there, but there's also no bullshit where he has to win 22 matches before he gets his shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it used to, back in the old days, a champion would be in the ring cutting a promo, and the heel faction would run out, and he'd get a beat down, and then that guy says, you're facing me next. Okay, so tell the story, you know?
But here's I guess my argument to that would be, in this scenario, I hear what you're saying, and I don't know that one is better or worse than the other. I think they're both bad and good at the same time.
Right.
But when you take the Paige factor, you can make the case that this story has been being told for 18 months. If you work the timeline of them being tag team champions, and you go through the whole thing, we were begging for them to tell this story. They started to tell it, right? Mm-hmm. And then, are we not going to get a payoff now? Now, listen, do they have to have the payoff at the next pay-per-view? No. I don't think they have to. And I was a fan of having a slow burn here. So I'm okay with a slow burn. If we're not going to get Paige and Omega at the pay-per-view, which it doesn't look like we're going to get at least one-on-one, I don't think Christian versus Omega N is good enough to replace that for me. That's basically what it is. Okay. Now, listen, there could be people out there that are like, hey, that match was awesome. Let's give them another 5 minutes on a pay-per-view, and maybe they'll do something even better. I don't even know. I don't agree with that. I don't think they're going to top it. And I think I even don't want to see it more, because that match was so good. I'd rather just leave it alone.
Yep. I don't think Paige is not going to be at All Out. They've said Meltzer has said he's not going to be all out.
Fuck Meltzer. I don't care.
Well, here's the thing, though. So here's the thing.
What sense does it make to not have your hottest guy on your paper?
Because
somebody explain that to me.
He's having a kid. He's taking time off to have a kid.
Oh, come on. You can't show up for one night to have a fucking pay-per-view because you're having a kid.
I agree, but you know the way it is nowadays. You know the way it is. I want time off to go have my kid, to be with my wife.
You want to know something? If Adam Page is not on that pay-per-view by his own choice because he's having a kid, then fuck him. Don't even put him in the main event anymore.
I mean, hell,
that's my opinion on it.
You talk about
I'm being honest.
You talk about Roddy Piper flying from a match, seeing his wife pop one of his kids out, holding her for 5 minutes, giving it back to her, getting on a fucking plane and going back and wrestling again.
Listen, the week my daughter was born, we had 3 fucking blizzards. I worked on like no sleep because we kept going to the fucking hospital in blizzards and everything else. And so I'm having a kid is a stupid fucking excuse. And if that's really the reason why we're not getting Adam Page in a big program on this pay-per-view, and they just trash this storyline, I mean, why should I then? At what point should I just say fuck Adam Page? He doesn't care about it, so why should I?
Here's the thing: they're not trashing the storyline, because it's staying in your mind, even though they've already kind of stifled.
It's in my mind right now because they just did something with it 10 days ago.
But November is Full Gear. It's a pay-per-view that was named after Adam Page, for crying out loud.
True.
I think that's where it's going to happen. It's going to happen in November at Full Gear, the first part of November.
I hope for his sake it's not too late.
Here's another question. You're Adam Page, you're Darby, you're Jungle Boy. We like all these guys. Right? Above them, you have like Jericho and MJF doing their thing. Now you're going to bring in Punk, Bryan, who knows, maybe Bray Wyatt. Buddy Murphy, if we're lucky, and I'm not joking.
Dude, he looks ripped.
Dude, I love Buddy Murphy. I do.
I know, you're a Buddy Murphy guy. I know.
There's no wellness policy. Those cycles are peaking.
I said the same thing when I saw him. I was like, he's off wellness.
Yeah,
who the fuck needs wellness everywhere? listen, if you're a wrestler out there, I'd rather have you do fucking steroids safely and be ripped and be a fucking wrestler than look like Fuego del Sol and fucking the other Marco Stunt.
But here's the thing, though. Page got over, but now do they need him to be over? So can't they just trash the storyline and put him in the mid card where he
they
quote unquote belongs, because now you're bringing in top talent above him?
So you have.
But doesn't that go against the idea of like having top talent, but also building for the future? That's the only thing I'm getting.
Oh, dude, I hear what you're saying. Like I said last week, if it was up to me, I would keep Punk away from the title. I would keep Bryan away from the title. They don't need the title for now. For now, exactly.
Yeah.
For now. But Kahn, I don't know. Kahn's probably seeing dollar signs if he puts the belt on Punk and Omega, and it's going to crush, and it's going to be a 6-star Meltzer, and then, whatever.
You have All Out on the 5th
of September.
I think that.
Yeah, whatever, Joe White.
I would say that big Arthur Ashe Stadium event that they're having on September 22nd, that's where you bring back Hangman. But Danielson is supposed to be debuting that day, so you can't do it then. So September,
I'll be in the building.
September, unless you have to wear a mask. But
no, it's outside. It's outside. There's no fucking masks outside.
If they have to close, the room,
there's no mask at Yankee Stadium. There was no mask at MetLife tonight.
Yeah, but it's wrestling. COVID likes to hang around wrestlers. You know this.
Oh, I know. We got to protect it. I'm sitting 100,000 feet away. I might have to protect Adam Page because he has a new baby.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Not only I'm going with Jigsaw and Smitty's going. I don't know who he's going with, but we're all meeting up, tailgating, and the whole thing.
Smitty.
But anyway,
awesome.
As of right now, I'll be there.
Full Gear is November 6th in St. Louis, Missouri, which is, you got the entire month of September. That's pretty much booked up with Punk's debut.
Don't you call it Missouri?
Missouri.
Yeah, you should say Missouri, right? Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri, home of the NWA. Anyway.
Speaking of Adam Page, let me ask you guys this. WCW, NWA, they had TV titles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did they also have the United States title?
Yeah.
Did they also have, in the NWA's case, the national title?
Yep. Before they merged everything together.
Right. Is AEW going to plop a secondary title for the guys like Adam Page and Darby? Should they? Maybe they should.
Well, I think you're going to see another title, some form of a title. I think you are.
They've been teasing trios titles ever since they started.
Fuck the trios titles.
White House loves the trios idea.
I think he likes it even more because I hate it so much.
You don't.
Yes.
They're the worst titles in the history of
wrestling. They are. You don't want to sit there and overcrowd everything with 15 fucking belts like WWE does.
Yeah,
and like Japan does. I'm sorry, you just don't.
So
I don't like it.
Speaking of titles, Miro defends against Fuego del Sol. The stipulation's supposed to be if Fuego del Sol wins, he gets an AEW contract.
Booker of the Year.
2 questions before we get to Fuego del Sol, because that's after the match.
Booker of the Year.
Has Miro lost momentum because he hasn't been wrestling in the last few weeks? And then we get this Fuego del Sol match.
Hi, Tony. Great pay-per-view tonight.
And the second question is, now that you have that extra show, that extra hour, shouldn't Miro defend every week on that show or every week on one of the shows?
You're right, yeah.
I think the TNA or the TNA, I wished, TNT title should be defended every week on Rampage.
Yeah.
Then it opens up, if you want to do your trios or your secondary, a U.S. belt, whatever.
You could do it on Dynamite.
It makes room, yeah.
I think that not having him work the last couple weeks has
been
worked
a while
because his promos have been fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's made me want to come out there and see. Now,
they're good, but not as good as mine, motherfucker.
So now when they throw somebody in there like a Fuego del
Blackjack
Sol,
legend,
redneck hillbilly,
when they throw
know your game,
fat ass, John Deere, motherfucker.
Should I read you the text messages before you go any further?
I'm
You
from
gotta-
Staten Island. You want to step to me? You're stepping with the Becks. X-Clan. What?
You mess with Magic Mike, bro.
Exclaim.
So they have to take my fucking picture. No, I did.
No, I didn't.
You know nothing.
Anyway,
Tony Schiavone's my best friend.
sidebar here, folks. This is from June 28th, 2015.
15?
2015.
No, 17.
No,
It
I
couldn't have been 15.
on my Facebook Messenger, it was 2015.
Oh, the message. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about the show we did. Okay.
No. This is from Pat. Okay, Firehawk. At 11:56.
Yeah, my man. I got some Coors Lights here, my man.
Got the Coors
You're
Light.
looking at you in John 1979.
The stars are out, the moon is shining, and I'm above it on Mars, my man. How you
The
doing?
greatest podcaster on the world is Moon and Mars.
Who you Edwards
And
makes,
soon Pluto, my man.
Even Uranus.
Edwards makes him Edwards makes him sound like Disco Stew from The Simpsons. Hey, Disco Lady.
Shout out to King Firehawk.
Yes.
Shout
Shout out to
Love
King
you, Pat.
Well, he goes, Mike, this is me saying this. Who else would it be, Pat? I put Joe on here so he hears me. Hears has an S at the end of it. Mike, do not post anything about New Surge Live. I take that as antagonist. I take it, in capital letters, as being a smartass. You promote your own show. I'll promote everyone. You don't represent the promotional part of 1640 as a whole. I do. Pat laying down the fucking law, man.
I love it.
Then
That was probably the morning he woke up and realized that Magic Mike had like 16 hours on his talk shoe.
he goes,
This is what you wanted, bro.
you don't. He goes, then next time you bring up New Surge, do it on your show, if you wish. But, and these are in capitals, stop doing anything on behalf of the station. This is my last radio etiquette conversation with you. Next one is me saying good luck to you as I release you from hour 1640. And then Magic Mike responds, Pat, I didn't do anything on your radio station. I just promoted New Surge Live. At the end of the day, I have no problem with this. I'm done with this. I'm leaving the station anyway. Pat goes, bye. Thanks for your time. I'll be taking down all the shows tonight. It continues. Because I haven't said
I was on 3 or 4 of those.
I haven't said a word because chances are I hadn't looked at my phone that morning, and I'm just now seeing all this conversation take place. Ferrara goes, thank you and good luck with your station. I hope everything goes well. I wish you nothing but the best. I'm surprised he didn't say good luck with your movie along with that. But anyway, Pat responds, fuck you, asshole.
Wow.
Magic Mike goes, I didn't do anything. I don't know why you're upset with me. Finally, I must have seen this because Mike left the group and I just put, wow, LOL.
That's awesome.
Pat, no, it continues. There's more.
Oh, good. Oh, let's hear it.
Pat goes, LOL. Some people you just can't reach.
I mean, when they have an IQ of 37, I mean.
And I go, what did he do to set you off? I said, I unfriended him a few days ago. So what did he do go on a promo spree again? He goes, he promoted New Surge Live on his Facebook today. I take that as just an act of being a troublemaker for the sake of trouble. And I go, the only reason why he did it is because of that video I released, which was never sent to you for release onto the network. I don't know what video I'm talking about, honestly.
I think it was your show where you had the bogus phone call.
Yeah, and
That was on your YouTube.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I sent it to him, and I didn't release it until after he was gone. And I put, oh, well, good riddance. And Pat's final message was agree. So there you go. That's how it happened.
Yeah. The only problem is once Magic Mike left, he had no one else to focus on but you.
Yeah, I know.
You know what's amazing? What's so amazing about Dassey? Another page is written tonight by White. You telling us these texts? It never ends. It never ends.
It really never ends.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
I think we should get him on.
So,
Not with White on.
Okay, no.
I mean, if we
We'll
do it
handle
without
this, White.
White, we could probably have a conversation. If White's on, it's going to go downhill quickly.
Great.
holy shit. Okay, breaking news.
Uh-oh, breaking news.
Ric Flair.
Beep, beep, beep. Wait. Beep, 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 beep. Good.
Ric Flair appears at Triple Mania in the corner of Andre El Ilio.
Andrade.
He came.
So last week, Andrade released a statement, a video, whatever it was, saying that he wanted to put together Los Admirables in AEW, and he wanted Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair, Fuego de Sol, him, Roosh, Bandito, and somebody else. Maybe Dragon Lee. I forget who it was. And he wanted them in AEW. So he wanted to take Los Ingobernables, whatever they're calling them, in ROH, and kind of bring them
There's your ROH tie-in.
to AEW.
There's the
But-
reason for the forbidden door.
Maybe. But
Makes
he didn't say
sense.
Kenny King either, though. And Kenny King is part of it in ROH. But
Fuck any king.
that's rather here nor there. They could get rid of him.
I
That's rather
don't, I
here
don't know
nor
why I said that.
But let me ask you a question. With all the factions in AEW and all the guys that are in AEW, do we really need Roosh and, do we need Fuego del Sol? We could get into it now. Do we need Bandito? Listen, Flair, Charlotte Flair? You want to give me Flair versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD? Okay, I'm not going to say no to that. And I could we get more from Andrade? Can he wrestle in AEW?
Yeah, I'm really sour on the way that Andrade has been fucking booked. I have no interest in him at all right now.
Been booked. You only had one match.
Yeah.
I mean,
You look
I know, it's
great,
like
dude.
this.
Look great.
It's like
Great
he's
match.
trying to build a faction as his storyline. It's weird.
Yeah.
I have no interest in him at all right now. I really didn't have any interest in him in WWE. Yeah, he's a good worker, but is he main event level to me? No. I don't see it.
I don't know
I
why.
disagree with you there.
I like him. a
I
lot.
like Andrade too.
So, yeah, Flair just came out with him, and
Nice.
Twitter's going shit. By the way,
Well, he did mention Rick being part of that group.
By the way,
Yes.
I wonder how
Well,
I wonder how Tony Khan's statistics are going for the
Freaking
Jag.
that Rick wants to wrestle. Like, did Rick see Sting at the pay-per-view and fucking Sting's wrestling? I can still wrestle. Like, is this where we're at right now?
Sting's wrestling this Wednesday,
Yep.
Yeah.
but Sting is in a lot better shape than Ric Flair is.
True.
Yeah.
I don't.
He's probably
Ric
taking
Flair-
care of himself a lot better over the years too. Just being honest.
You're talking to a boy who grew up in the South and loves him some Ric Flair, but I don't want to see Ric Flair in that ring at all.
I'm not knocking Ric Flair. He's
Woo!
60-something years old.
Woo!
Sting shouldn't. This is the thing. What Sting has done so far in AEW should be the exception to the rule, not the rule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't follow football at all, but the Browns beat the Jaguars tonight, so suck it, Tony. Anyway,
It's only preseason, White.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Take it
it-
easy.
sets the tone. It sets the tone.
So back to Rampage. Where we leave off?
We're trying to get hired by AEW, not trash AEW.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Well, Milk already. Milk
Hey,
was
listen, with all the con books going around, why not go for it?
with Miro with Fago del Sol. Sounds like something you'd pick up at the local Taco Bell.
If you're racist.
Yeah, that's
Go ahead.
kind of racist.
Continue with your racism, White. Go ahead. Continue.
I mean, is that like the new hot sauce at Taco Bell? Like, what
They
you
do have a Fago sauce, don't they?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like, well, that his name means fire, right, or something.
Yeah, isn't fuego fire in Spanish?
Yeah, Sol is sun.
Sunfire. There you go. There you
Fire. Whatever. Anyway,
go. Look at us with the Spanish.
I know, right?
Who says we're racist?
Triangulo de la Muerte.
White. Nobody says I'm racist or AC, but you, I don't know.
It's because I'm the cracker from down south. I have to be racist if
Exactly. Stereotype, White. You're the stereotype. John Deere, all of it.
Yep. Anyway.
He has a John Deere, just all the coverings are off, so you can't tell.
I like them. The John Deere's been dead for fucking 5 years now.
He had like the first John Deere. Just like
The
test
original,
model.
yes.
Original John Deere.
It's worth more as a classic than it is for parts.
It's the fucking John Deere that song was written after or whatever. Mission. Anyway.
That reminds me of when Adam Page used to come out as the John Deere guy in the Indies before he became Adam Page, fucking with DJ Whitmer and ROH.
You mean in CWF?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he wear his
Deere
John
thing
Deere
going
hat
on,
in
right?
CWF too?
Yep.
I think.
Oh yeah, he did it in NEW.
Speaking of which, is it Budweiser or because AC, you're the beer guy, you're the bartender. Is it Coors or is it Budweiser that is based out of St. Louis, Missouri?
Anheuser and Busch, but that's the original. They sold it to a German company based out of Denmark.
Okay, so what I'm getting at is since you're in
Wow, that was very specific.
It was.
I got to give you props on that.
Yeah, no, it's called InBev. So
Wow.
the reason I bring it up because I used to have these guys come in the bar and I'd have all these like local beers from like Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and they'd be like, "Do you have anything American like Bud Light?" I mean, yeah, you like the German company that owns it, yeah,
right. Okay.
But what Anheuser Busch was from, they were at the original Bud, Anheuser Busch company that came up with Bud Light, the whole thing was out of St. Louis, Missouri.
But they still have a brewery there, I take it.
Yeah, they probably do, but it's owned by InBev. It's not owned by the American company anymore. That's the point.
The point I'm getting at
Remember when they put America on the Bud Heavies, the Budweisers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were owned by a German company then. Just letting you know. So people out there, if you think you're buying American when you buy Bud Light, you're not.
What my point to all this is
Zeke Heil, White.
That's right.
Buy Coors or
run out
Miller.
and get some Anheuser-Busch tomorrow to support your people.
They actually have that Busch. You ever drunk Busch we used to drink in college? Yeah.
Head for the mountains of
Same
Busch.
shit.
Remember that shit?
Busch.
Speaking of
have you
classic-
guys heard of Goose Island and
Yeah.
yeah, they're in Bev.
So
Speaking of classic vehicles like John Deere, I was in a mall tonight, right?
A mall.
Oh, good God, you found
Jesus.
one.
I did.
still
I
have
found
those?
one. There's still one up here. And
I
there's
thought
cars.
New Jersey was the only place that had malls anymore.
No, we still got. Actually, we have two in the area. But anyway, there's a car, and I'm like, that can't be a Fiero. You guys remember Fieros?
Yeah.
On the door, it says the official pace car of whatever race, 1984.
Jeez.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's a Fiero. I'm in there like it's a time machine. It was brilliant.
I'm familiar with the area you've lived in.
White Fiero, white.
I've actually been.
It's
Beautiful.
like Fiero del Sol instead of Fuego del Sol.
I've actually been to the area where Sir Jeff Edwards resides,
True.
and
Facts, white.
there is no mall around there. So what'd you go, Wilkes-Barre?
No.
Scranton.
Place called Williamsport.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
I mean,
west.
we have shopping malls in Connecticut. They just, other than like one, they all suck.
Well, I'll tell you
They're
what.
just they used to be like a thing, but now nobody goes because they're just trash.
I actually went to the Mall of America last year,
Mhm.
and you could.
Oh yeah, the big trip.
Yeah, you could literally take a family fucking vacation and spend a week at the Mall of America doing shit.
Yeah, they built that one near Rensselaer in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Not Rensselaer, that's Connecticut. Sorry. Okay, a MetLife.
Yeah.
They built a mall near MetLife in East
It's called
Rutherford
Park in
where
it.
they have like a ski ramp, a water park, a fucking
Nice,
you know what I mean? Like I'm sure they have retail stores too,
It's
of course,
It's
but
an indoor water
they're
park.
like a destination, you know what I mean?
It's an indoor water park because I looked at it.
Yeah.
$99 a pop to get into that fucking water park. $99.
Dude, do you know how many fucking people live within 30 miles of that mall?
Oh, I'm
like,
sure.
You know, just it's
New York alone.
yeah, North Jersey, New York. It's I mean, you could easily go there from Fairfield County, Connecticut too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any
Go ahead, White.
aspiration. I'm just saying.
Let's get back on track here. Let's go and get in the mirror. I love the match. I love the story behind the match.
Right.
What was the story behind the match?
He needed a contract or whatever.
He needs a contract. Fuego del Sol needs a contract. There have been for weeks now.
I mean, do we need these the guy's fighting for a title? Do we need the extra stipulation?
Did you honestly believe, though, that he was going to win after Malachi Black fucked him up? No, and he lost. Yeah, every time I see the little ticker on the bottom, he loses. Yeah. So here's the thing: he's getting.
Let me ask you a question. I'm just being real here. Do we need another masked luchador that's like 4'9" with no muscle and just does flippy shit? Like, I'm just being honest here. For some reason, like, everybody's going crazy about this guy. I just don't see it. I'm sorry.
I shouldn't say that I like the story behind the match. I like the story of the match. The match told a good story. Okay.
Oh, the way they booked the match. Yeah.
It's ended with the goddamn DQ finish. That way you shouldn't. That way you don't have. I'm never going to appear on TV. Tony Khan come out there, and I'm going to stick to our stipulations. Money Mark Khan come out there and totally fucking renege on the stipulations.
Yeah.
You now left it wide open for, as me and you texted today, AC. You've left it wide open for Hangman to come back and win the belt. You left it wide open for you fucking to renege on the Cody Rhodes stipulation.
Well, they need to renege on both of those, but go ahead.
But the problem
going off the end didn't really hurt anybody.
But
here's the funny part about it is.
No, hold on. I'm not done with this one.
Go ahead.
So he fucking comes out there and gives him a contract. It was a feel-good fucking moment. But
he didn't, though. He didn't. It was Sammy Guevara.
Out there. Kahn handed it and said, here, do the marching orders.
Yes.
Marching orders.
Right.
So it's the same difference. It's
not the same difference.
They should have went with the fucking DQ finish like they were teasing during the match. It gives them an excuse to actually do a DQ or a count out, excuse me. It gives them an excuse to do the count out finish. I
gotta tell you, I hated it, but
I hate it too. Here's my question. Here's my thing with it. I love the fact that they teased it. They teased the count out finish. And then Miro slid in and proceeded to whoop that little guy's ass.
Yeah,
that's what I love.
Squash match after that.
But don't come there and offer him the fucking contract. You later go.
No, but see, here's the thing. They could have offered him the contract and it would have been okay had they not made the stipulation.
Exactly.
The stipulation is the problem. It's not the booking of the match or what they did after the match. The stipulation ruined all that.
Exactly. They could have easily said, okay, you don't have a contract. Good luck on Dark or whatever the next 10 fucking weeks or whatever while we're pitching squashes or whatever. And then at All Out, you say, okay, we're going to have Fuego. We're going to have a bunch of other fucking skinny motherfuckers who don't have a contract. We're going to hang the contract above the ring to a fucking ladder match and have them win it that way.
I don't even think you need to do. Here's the thing. Why are we making all these arrangements for Fuego del Sol to get a fucking contract? I just.
Here's the bigger question, guys. Why the fuck is he getting a title shot with one win?
Yeah.
Again, thank you. Bill, I agree.
There is a reasoning behind that. I'm telling you right now, the reasoning behind it is that they're going to keep feeding these scrawny, no good. We know they win motherfuckers to Miro before somebody finally.
Yeah, but that's not good, though. That's not good. I'd rather see him beat Lance Archer. I'd rather see him beat Darby Allin. I'd rather see him beat Cody Rhodes like they were doing in the beginning of this title run.
Well,
this is Tony's booking. Okay, so they do that with Christian. They do it with Red Velvet. But here, this guy gets a title shot, and then Sammy Guevara comes out
with no
and
explanation.
With no explanation. And Sammy comes out and he goes, well,
you lost 50
you're 1
matches.
in 52 or whatever he said. I mean, I'm like, well, then why is he fighting for the title?
Fuego del Sol is wrestled Sammy Guevara on WrestleFest, NEW WrestleFest tonight in Hudson Valley, New York. I didn't go to the show, but they wrestled each other tonight on the NEW.
He drew up the big plan with crayons.
That's the answer.
Yep. There you go.
There it is. He drawn up in crayon. Dude, you're 100% right. This is my problem, and I'm trying to be there's a lot of things I like about AEW right now. after we get through Rampage, we could get into that.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you.
These are the things that just drive you fucking crazy. Then.
Yep.
You have a roster that's built out the ass. It's built out the ass. And instead, you bring in Fuego del Sol, 2.0. All these different guys, these are coming out of fucking nowhere right now to get these matches. But then you got Varsity Blondes sitting in the fucking stands. Why not give the fucking title shot to Pillman Jr.? Or, you know, I mean, I'm just throwing a name out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, come on. You have so many people. Let John Silver wrestle for the title, so I'll take that one away. But you get what I'm getting at here. There's so many fucking people that can do this. You have this big Matt Hardy stable, and every guy in that stable has been ruined by it. Yep. You know, I'm reading today they added like 4 people to the Nightmare family.
Yeah, they did that.
Like, why? For what reason?
Because they have 75 fucking...
Listen, Anthony Ogogo wrestled Cody Rhodes on a pay-per-view. And we haven't seen him since. Where is he? Even when QT Marshall comes out, he comes out with Motor Royal guy and the other retard. Somebody
posted a photo from the Triple Mania show. It's you see him from the back, but it's Kenny Omega and Ric Flair having a bit of a stare down before the big match. That's crazy.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, and we can't fucking watch it. That sucks.
Yeah, you don't get the Triple Mania there, you see. It's for real. Anyway.
All right, so I just tried to pull up the rankings from AEW. And I couldn't find it, but I came across this article from May 2020, before the TNT Championship came in, right? Yeah. And it says, AEW President Tony Khan responded to a fan on Twitter to clarify how this is going to work. The TNT Champion will join the AEW World Heavyweight Champion in the men's rankings. Yeah. So if you are ranking at number 2, you have a chance at either title if you want. Yeah, like so whoever's ranked number 2 right now, it wasn't Fuego del Sol.
Yeah, if you go on their website, if you go on AEW's website right now, their rankings, okay? The rankings as of August 11th, they have the women's ranking, the tag rankings, and then they have a men's rankings with both Miro and Omega.
Okay.
Miro has a better record than Omega, by the way.
Well, I mean, Omega just lost a fucking match. Miro's never lost a match.
So... well, this was as of Wednesday. I don't know what time.
Yeah, but Miro's never lost. How does he not have a better record?
Well,
I mean, he's never lost in AEW.
Well, as of 2021, as of when this ranking came out, Omega was 6-0 and Miro was 10-0.
Yeah, but Omega's the world champion. It doesn't matter, White. Just tell us the rankings.
Yeah.
Christian Cage obviously at 6-0, same record as Kenny Omega.
Okay.
He's ranked at number 1. Darby Allin is number 2.
That makes no sense, but go ahead.
Orange Cassidy is at 3. Jungle Boy is at 4. And guess who's 5? Powerhouse Hobbs.
Get the fuck out of here.
Powerhouse
Get
Hobbs.
the fuck out of here. How the fuck is Powerhouse Hobbs?
What's his record, White?
Christian is at 6-0, okay?
That is the worst top 5 I've ever heard of in my life.
Powerhouse Hobbs is 13-2. To me, that's a better record than 6-0.
Yeah, but dude, who has he beaten on a big show? At least Darby just won the casket match. Who the fuck has Powerhouse Hobbs beaten? I don't care about Dark. I don't care.
YouTube.
I don't
care. You can't ignore the YouTube.
Nobody watches it. Bro, I brought up the numbers on this show.
Here's what
I brought up the number on this show. Nobody watches it. Impact gets more YouTube.
It doesn't matter. Kahn, that's Kahn, baby.
Kahn, I know you listen. Impact gets more YouTube viewers than you do.
Thunder Rosa, who was
Nobody cares about Dark. Nobody cares about Evolution.
Get this, Thunder Rosa. Who is under fucking contract? If you're not in under contract,
she is now.
But how can you have a 22-2 fucking record when you just were signed 2 weeks ago?
Because she had that many matches with. Dude, here's the problem. When they put out these things that say Thunder Rosa's all elite, I'm like, wow, she didn't sign yet.
Exactly.
Listen, the Varsity Blondes were a top 5 tag team before they were officially signed. They officially signed right around the time Thunder Rosa did. I think they had a title shot. The Varsity Blondes right now are a top 5 tag team, right?
Yep, they're ranked number 3.
Okay,
they're ranked
they've
second.
been a top 5 tag because they got their title shot and lost, and they're still in the top 5. How the hell is that possible?
Record 16-4.
They have 45 fucking tag teams.
Such good shit.
Oh man,
this ranking, get rid of it. Get rid of it, please. Powerhouse Hobbs. That's as bad as killing He-Man. I'm kidding. It's really not, but it's pretty bad.
Well, just like Finn Balor pops his collar, if you're Powerhouse Hobbs, all you got to do is go out there and curl your lip and, try to look all mean, and there you go.
Powerhouse Hobbs. But Ricky Starks, fuck Lance Archer. Lance Archer, here we go. United States, IWGP United States champion. We don't need that guy. He's not ranked in our top 5. Get him out of here. We need Orange Cassidy, and we need Jungle Boy, who lost his title fight. We need Darby Allin, who lost his title fight, who also lost a singles match before he won the casket match. He's number 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at all the big shows they've done, those rankings mean shit.
Kahn.
Booker of the Year. My balls.
So anyway, White, what happened? So Miro wins, and then what?
You know what? He's lucky that WWE is inept right now. Let's be honest. WWE is handing him the wrestling world, and it's great that he has a lot of money. He can bring these people in, and I am excited about AEW because of that. But at the same time, as we're talking about this now, I'm like, how is this guy ever going to do it right? How is he ever going to do it right?
You know what? He might not have to.
Draw it up.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Yeah,
they're handing him the business.
He gets out those big fat rose art crayons and just draws the plans up.
And Vince, I got my own Kahn, pal. Yeah, pal. I'm gonna release half my roster to Kahn. Yeah, we don't need Adam Cole. Yeah, get him Adam Cole. Yeah, that'll work out well for us, pal.
The Wrath of Kahn.
I got the better Kahn. Yeah.
Every one of my friends that watches SmackDown is like, watch the Cena and Reigns promo and watch nothing else. And I hear nothing good about Raw. And NXT is like irrelevant now. They've totally ruined it.
I tried to watch Raw 3 weeks ago and I couldn't.
Dude,
and even
it's so bad.
Was that the one where Goldberg came out?
I did see him come out.
Okay,
whichever week that was.
That's probably the same one I did. Because I got through like 40 minutes and I was like, fuck this. What am I doing this for?
Yep. Oh, speaking of WWE.
Hold on, let's get through Rampage first.
Wait, let me throw this nugget out.
Go ahead, go for it. Fuck
because the last one that I saw, the show opened with, okay, let me think. Charlotte, Nikki Cross in the mask gimmick. And they're in the promo and Rhea Ripley. The GMs announce that there's a 3-way for the title, right? At the pay-per-view coming up. The champ is Nikki Cross now.
All right, so she was already the champ. Okay.
Right.
I didn't see this.
So that night on Raw, they book her and Charlotte to wrestle. I don't know why, but they did. Charlotte wins. At the end of it, Nikki Cross is like, I think I'm going to beat you. I'll give you I want you again. I'm going to beat you. I'm going, what the fuck am I watching? They just booked a 3-way. Why are any of them fighting right now?
Dude, that 50-50 shit sucks.
Dude, it's so bad. That was the last one I watched. So I lasted like 15 minutes.
Even if you,
I don't think I made it. I don't even think I saw that. That was probably after the fucking.
The Cena and Reigns promo made no fucking sense last night either, because John Cena obviously does not watch the product at all, and the shit that he was spitting out was so factually inaccurate. Like, you ran the Shield off, you ran fucking what's his face out of the WWE. No, you didn't. And let's not forget.
Did he say that Reigns ran Moxley out of the WWE?
Yeah, you ran.
That's as bad as Hobbs being in the top 5. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's worse, I think.
Dude, did he learn that on CNN? All right. I mean, come on, John. I know The Rock doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Can you do a little better? Oh my God!
But that's why Kahn doesn't have to do any better because
he
of
really
that.
doesn't, dude. They are literally handing him the wrestling business, John Cena included. Oh, Roman Reigns, you ran Dean Ambrose out of the WWE. He wasn't even on the air when he left.
If Kahn is fucking, and then he goes, you almost ruined Seth Rollins' career. Seth Rollins got to push way before Reigns did, motherfucker.
You know what, Tony? If you're listening right now, don't change anything. Just keep doing what you're doing because it doesn't fucking matter. You do you, bro. Just keep doing you.
They're not even making them change. They're not even pushing them to change. They're not even pushing them to get better. You know what Tony Khan says? Yeah, you know what? I'll make Powerhouse Hobbs the number 5 contender. You want to know why? Because I just opened up the checkbook and I signed CM Punk and Bryan Danielson and I'm going to sign Bray Wyatt and nobody's going to give a fuck about my ranking system. Right. And you know what? We're the only assholes here that even know Powerhouse Hobbs is ranked number 5.
Kahn could just go on Twitter right now, go on his Instagram and hold up 2 middle fingers and go, F you, because I have billions of dollars. And if you don't like it, F you, because I don't have to do any better.
And guess what? I'm so good. I have other promotions having title changes on my show. I have TNA, or Impact. I have NJPW titles changing hands on my show. Dude, the guy's the fucking puppet master right now.
He is. He is.
Dude, tomorrow I'll revitalize CWF Mid-Atlantic.
He's got Ring of Honor begging for
No wonder why ROH is talking about opening up the door. They're like, hey, can you please have a title change, a Ring of Honor title change on your show? Please.
I'm even crossing borders. I got Andrade dragging his still signed father-in-law across the...
Nick Khan's on the phone with him. Can we defend the NXT title on Dynamite, please?
Dude, Tony's a boss right now. We can't deny it.
And here's the best part. He knows it. And he's literally like, fuck you. My ring didn't explode. But guess what? I didn't even pay those motherfuckers, so blow me. I have more money. I have more money in my pocket than you ever have in your life, and you suck, and you love my product. So keep watching me. And then you want to know what? All the guys listening to the show right now, the 3 of us, White House who's sleeping, his kids, everybody we know turns on fucking Dynamite. They turn on Rampage, and they're like, you know what? This show really isn't that fucking good. But guess what? It's way better than anything else wrestling's doing. So we love AEW.
It's the lesser of 2 evils. It's the lesser of
all evils.
Goddamn pal.
Wrestling sucks.
Hold on. We take you live now to a phone call that I just got this recording. Is this that Kahn fella? Yeah. God damn it. Love your good shit, pal. By the way, do you think we can Nakamura just won the Intercontinental title. Wait, hold on. Was it the Intercontinental title? Yeah, the Intercontinental title. Goddamn, pal. We want him to come down there and defend that against fucking Sonny Kiss on Dark. Is that okay?
Sonny Kiss. Jelly Janela.
Hit me. And the other end of that conversation is hit me with the crayon line.
Dude, hit me. Why can I picture like SummerSlam being like
drew up the big plan with crayons?
That's right. And that's the current conversation that you heard of here.
Here's what I picture: SummerSlam's a fucking disaster. 24 hours after CM Punk debuts on AEW TV.
So, he made a mention to CM Punk. Cena did. I don't know if you saw the promo.
I didn't.
Punk did the pipe bomb in Las Vegas. Okay. A month later, a few weeks later in Cleveland or in Chicago, he wins Money in the Bank, beats Cena clean. Good match. Not going to take anything away. It was a good match. And then hops.
Wait, are you telling me Cena lost to somebody? I'm shocked.
Clean too. But Hop the Bear, Punk wins the title. He takes out fucking what's his name? See, I'm recreating the Vince promo. What's his name? Alberto. And he fucking gets Alberto, kicks him, hops the barricade, blows a kiss, runs up the stairs with the title, and puts it in the fridge. Classic. So John Cena references all of this by going, I'm going to go to Las Vegas. I'm going to take your title. I'm going to beat you 1, 2, 3, because that's all it's going to take. You could beat me down for an hour, but all it's going to take me is 1, 2, 3. I like that aspect of the promo. And he looks at Reigns and goes, hell, maybe I'll even take the title from you, hop over the barricade, blow you a kiss, run up the stairs of Allegiant Stadium, hop in my car, and drive home. That's the only part of the promo I like.
All right, so here's the thing. So
Punk is selling his promos. That's good.
So here's the thing. They're actually responding to AEW right
Yes.
Think
and again,
about that for a second.
They're not
again,
pal.
Dude,
Tony Khan is the center of the universe right now.
I don't think it's WWE.
This is what we need to realize.
I don't think it's WWE doing that.
Hold on.
It's not WWE. It's the fact that Cena can go out there and say whatever the hell he wants to within reason, and that's what he did.
No, hold on a second.
They did not like that.
Why is John Cena referencing CM Punk out of the blue right now? He didn't just reference that out of the blue. There's no way he referenced that out of the blue. You're telling me the same guy that in the same promo accused Roman Reigns of running Dean Ambrose out of WWE references CM Punk out of the blue? No chance. No, somebody put that in his ear. I don't believe it for a second. But to Edwards' point, I got to throw this out there. It's a Kahn world, baby. We're all just living in it. We're all just living in it right now. It's a Kahn world.
I got to give credit where credit is due. If Tony Khan's got the big rose art crayons, Vince and everybody in that fucking company right now is finger painting. Okay?
Like the ones they use in like the fucking shower. All right, pal. So here's what we're gonna do. Get in here, Kahn. Get in here, Kahn. Oh, but Vince, I don't want to see your cock. Oh, look at my cock, pal. Get in here. We're gonna book this match on a. Who are we cutting this week, pal?
Give me the list. This guy.
I actually saw a meme of the headshot of every person they've cut in 8 of WWE this year. It is like when you see that, it is like shocking. It's like a fucking small army.
Me and Edwards went through the list.
We went through it. Oh, somebody didn't listen to the show.
Yeah, I know. Thanks a lot.
Come on, AC.
I'm talking about the picture. I listened to some of the show. I missed that. Well, my point is, like,
at least Bobby listened.
Seeing it on a picture. I mean, he was up all night in RC Cola. Of course he was. RC Cola and non-binary cock.
Hey, don't be knocking the RC Cola. You're going to find that a lot down south.
Or the binary cock. Anyway, Britt.
Yeah, let's get the
Red Velvet.
Dude, for an hour show, we none of it.
So Fuego gets offered a contract. It's a feel-good moment. They said it was a shoot. I buy that it was a shoot. It's a good moment, but except for totally.
Yeah, he looked like he didn't know.
I mean, he was like a 12-year-old kid. He's probably crying, going, "Thank God," because God knows nobody else is going to sign me. Anyway.
Thank God, because I don't want to go to Ring of Honor.
You know what?
God forbid I go to Ring of Honor with all the other masked guys.
Dude ain't even a real.
I mean, maybe you should go to MLW, right? I mean, it would make more sense.
Dude ain't even a real Mexican. He's from Alabama. So there you go, folks. Roll Tide. Anyway.
Doesn't mean he's not Mexican.
How do you know that, White?
He's of Mexican heritage, but he's an Alabamian, or whatever they call him. That's why his gear is red.
We live in the most diverse country in the world. You need to understand this.
Yeah. Britt Baker comes out as a huge baby face. Can I mention one thing here? And I know I normally shit on wrestling.
She's not a baby face, though.
She was this night.
No,
till the end.
It's her hometown.
Her character hasn't changed, White.
No, it hasn't, and that's good. But but unlike WWE, AEW knows how to book hometown talent. Anyway, The crowd.
Anyway,
Can I talk about the crowd? I normally shit all
Go
over
ahead.
wrong crowds.
Yeah, please
Why
do.
I
I'd
don't
love
go
to
to
hear your thoughts.
shows. I love this crowd.
Both nights?
Yeah, there was no
Yeah,
nursery
they were good.
rhymes.
I agree.
There was no nursery rhymes. There was no taking off the shoes. There was no beach ball bullshit. This crowd was perfect. May they all continue to be just like this.
So let me ask you a question. Are you going to love the crowd next week when they sing Chris Jericho's entrance song because you can't play
man,
it?
that's I'm gonna love it because half
They're already sharing the lyrics on Twitter.
half those fucking
They're going to
idiots.
sing the whole fucking song.
I guarantee you, Jericho's gonna go out there.
That's how you know you're living in a con world.
Yep, Jericho's gonna go out. That's the
Yep.
con. Jericho's gonna come out there and go, "Okay, baby, I can't sing it, but you can sing it."
He
Stop.
ain't going to say shit.
He doesn't
He's
even
going to
have
walk
to.
out and they're going to
Yep.
sing.
No, they're gonna show it up on the Tron. Follow the bouncing ball or follow the bouncing Jericho head or something like that, and they're gonna do karaoke.
Yeah, but he can't play the music or he loses.
You don't have to play the music; just show the words with the karaoke.
What
Don't
have
even
I
have to.
become now that I'm afraid? The
Now,
Judas in my mind.
everybody on YouTube, all the
I'm gonna be singing along at home. It's a con world, baby.
everybody on YouTube has said exactly what you said. Nobody knows the words to that song because if you fucking look at them while they're singing there, they're like inside.
It's no the chorus they do, but the rest of the word, who knows the fucking words? I don't even know the words of any song. I'm like, I know like 3 words, and I'm like,
The runaway snow, and they're looking at their feet kicking the ground.
that's why it's easier where you got like the songs in like WWE, like fucking Sami Zayn, where you can just like hum with the lyrics and you don't have actual words, or like Nakamura.
And the heart made of snow. Down telling.
And then
Whatever.
Britt Baker came out, and then
Yes, Britt Baker came out. Good reaction from the crowd. I got to tell you, the storytelling in the match was good. The psychology was good. The execution of fucking Red Velvet, not as much. She's still way green.
Yeah, she's not that great.
Yeah,
I
she-
did like how
at least
she
she was
worked
in
on
red.
the arm.
I did like the ending of, I can't do it with the injured
Yeah.
arm. Let me switch it around and do it
Yeah,
this way.
finally somebody showed the fucking injury. Oh my god! Thank you.
yes,
It was amazing.
it's a con
You don't
world.
always have to work the left.
It's the only place you're going to get that is from
Yep.
con.
Drew it up in crayons.
Hmm
Instead of working this arm, no, he just draws a big X. You're going to work this arm.
Big red X.
I mean, she's Adam Cole by injection, so she should be good.
So,
True. True.
so then at the end,
I mean, the longer she's with Cole, the better she gets. I mean, I could. Am I wrong to draw
No.
like some
Yeah.
kind of conclusion there?
Yeah.
well, there's another one that is probably going to be an idiot and re-sign with WWE. But anyway,
Bro, he's not even under contract right now.
nope. But after SummerSlam, they had a meeting.
Yeah, but what did the meeting do? He's still not under contract.
They-
He agreed to do the match with Kyle O'Reilly, his buddy.
But then Vince this past week
Had a meeting with him,
had a
and
meeting
every
with Raw, and apparently has offered him a fucking spot and has already advised the writers. Then they have a report that comes out the next day and says, no, there are no plans for Adam Cole right now, which I
right.
believe that.
So this is the way I look at it. And
Yeah,
me and
there's not a
Edwards
plan
have
for
talked.
anybody right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would there be?
Here's if you're Adam Cole and if you think that's your best security and you don't care where your career goes from here, sign with WWE. And I have no problem with that. If you're doing it for a financial, monetary reason, I would never trash anybody for doing that. I mean, we can make fun of you a little bit, like Dolph Ziggler,
Hold on.
Penn State best wrestler. But here's the thing: if Adam Cole really wants to be the best Adam Cole, he's got to leave.
You know what
Yeah.
he's going to do? He's going to sign a contract.
Because it's a con world.
Yeah, exactly. Name of the show, It's a Con World.
It's a con world where you come from.
Tony Khan, baby.
Anyway,
Oh,
That-
Con.
my daddy's money.
So who came out at the end of this match to help
It was
beat them?
Jamie Hayter from the UK.
Who is now all elite. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Jamie
I don't think
Hayter.
the crowd knew who she was.
Now, does this
Because they haven't seen her in like 2 years.
and the reason why she said, well, this kind of makes sense because she said in a promo, Britt Baker said in a promo weeks ago, you keep coming after Rebel and you keep injuring her, which is fucking true because this is the second time in 2 years that Rebel
She
is.
need to get rid of Rebel anyway.
So we got to get some hired help in here, and Jamie Hayter is now the hired help. But
So Jamie Hayter was doing appearances for AEW, got injured, and then COVID, whatever. So she hasn't been there for 2 years. But
Right.
she was part of something early on. Pretty hot, the whole thing.
honestly,
When she first came out, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
neither
And then he said the name, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. But
when I saw the
she
fucking-
wasn't under contract either. They literally congratulated her today and said, "Oh, Jamie Hayter, all elite, hey!"
I'm not gonna lie, and this
But we got to bring up Statlander coming out as well.
well. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the hat go off and I saw the red hair, and until they did a fucking close up, I'm like, "Is that Becky? What the fuck?" You know, and then I'm like,
I didn't think Becky.
"No way." There's
I thought it was the NWA chick.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I
Camille.
can't remember the name. The one who's wrestling the midget.
Camille.
Camille. Yeah. Thank you. I thought it was her at first.
She has like blonde silver hair, not red hair. But anyway,
Didn't this girl have blonde hair?
no, she had like red hair.
Maybe
That's
my
why I
TV
thought it was Becky Lynch.
Are you sure?
I thought it was blonde.
Yeah, I thought it was blonde, dude. I don't know. I mean, maybe you got to change your TV settings or something.
Probably. Anyway,
No wonder
I saw
why
blonde
thinks.
hair.
No wonder why
But-
thinks Mexicans can't live in America.
But
That's
you
why,
jumped
'cause he-
again. You jumped the fact that Statlander. So Britt was gonna do the curb stomp onto the title or the head stomp, whatever they're called. The stomp, whatever they're calling it these days.
Oh, yeah.
And Statlander stopped her first before Hayter came up.
you got to understand, boys. We just got the color television shut down here a few years ago. Okay,
Mhm.
I hadn't learned
Mhm.
to adjust it yet.
I still watch on a tube TV.
I was gonna say I still got one of those TVs that got a vertical knob on it, and I got to adjust.
You got to like get up to turn the volume.
and change. That's right. It
Shit.
had the remote was attached to the TV with a cord, but it broke a long time with the dog chewed through it.
I had that old. Remember those old VCRs where the thing used to pop up and you'd put the tape in? I used to have one of those, and that's how I would record either Raw or Nitro, and so I could watch one live and then watch the other after. I used to use that VCR.
My first VCR was like that. It had the pop-up thing, and it had a remote, but the remote was on a 3-foot long cord. So
Yeah,
that,
yeah, I had the cord, the remote with the cord. We lost it, so I used to like just get up in my room and like back in the day, you were like, it was no big thing to get up and like turn your TV off. Now it's like, you're not getting up to turn your fucking TV off. You're just gonna find the app on your phone and turn your TV off. Like, let's be honest.
I'll be honest with you.
No wonder why we're not masculine anymore. We're
When
the
I was
laziest motherfuckers in the world.
All right, you ever see the movie Grumpy Old Men?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Both of them.
You know the fucking in the first one where Jack Lemmon is sitting down with his TV dinner and he's got his lottery tickets and he's turning the Powerball on, and all of a sudden Walter Matthau's character Max is at the window pointing his remote at the TV, changing the channel so that every time I would kind of do the same thing when I was on the road a couple years ago. They had the Xfinity remote app. And it's synced to, even though I'm on the road, that remote app is synced to the living room TV. I would be rolling through fucking Paducah or some shit, and I'd be changing the channel on the TV, and after about or turning the internet off, that's another one.
Ricochet.
Yeah. After, I would turn the internet off too, because now you can turn the modem off from the app. After about 5 fucking minutes, my wife would be calling me, "Would you fucking stop it?"
So I got a question for you guys. So I sent this AC to you and Stames. It was like 8:30 on a Wednesday night.
Okay.
And we talked about the crowd in Pittsburgh. Show opens up. They have all the signs. The towels are going. And I made the comment, like, this reminds me of 98 or whatever, 99, whatever I wrote. And then seeing Rampage and how the crowd was. And taking into consideration that this is Pittsburgh, what is Philly going to be like? What's New York going to be like? What's Chicago going to be like? And we're calling Kahn the center of the wrestling universe now, which is funny, but it's true.
They're gonna have their biggest crowd ever.
This is like
6 days.
escalating. I think
It
with
really
AEW.
is.
I don't understand why, but it's like, are we about to see something huge? Like, I feel like something huge is really coming here with this company.
I'm with you. I think that was kind of, I don't know if I expressed it enough on the last show where I was like, I'm kind of getting excited about AEW again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we used to be very excited and we'd do the shows and whatever. And then, and COVID had a lot to do with it, with no fans and everything else, but we go up and down. And then it got like really bad. And I was like, oh man, like this thing's gonna, like, I'm still gonna watch, but it's not that great. And the Elite sucks, and I can't stand the fucking Young Bucks and the whole thing. And all of a sudden it just started turning the corner. And then you hear Punk and Danielson and this, and now Bray Wyatt's released, and you hear Adam Cole maybe coming. And you have all the different guys they're doing things with. And better things with Cage, guys up and coming, Ricky Starks, MJF, Jungle Boy. There's so many things they're doing. Like there's a lot of things they do wrong. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of things they're doing right. And then they added these humongous names to it. There's definitely a lot of momentum there. And then you're telling me their highest ticket sales show is 6 days away for Rampage Chicago, and it's going to be insane. And I mean, listen, we're going to get Punk. If you don't get Punk, like I said a couple weeks ago, they're going to rip the fucking chairs out of the arena. The United Center will not be ready for basketball. They're going to tear the fucking building down. We all know that. Kahn knows that. TNT knows that, or TBS knows that, or wherever fucking channel they're going to be on. Punk knows that. Everybody knows that. We know he's going to be there. It's going to be insane. However they do it, it doesn't matter. It's going to be insane. And that's going to lead them into their next pay-per-view. And it's a lot of momentum for them. But a theme I wanted to get with you guys, it's kind of a perfect segue. I'm glad you brought it up. I think at some point we need to also get back to the point where Dynamite's the number one show and Rampage is going to be the secondary show that has probably 3 matches. Maybe you get a Miro title defense every week and you get a little bit of booking. This is like a 2-week huge run for Rampage. And then I think it's going to settle in where Dynamite is still the premier show. And a lot's going to center around what they do at Dynamite.
So Tony Khan actually addressed this. He said pretty much the first 2 weeks of Rampage is something special, and then we're going to kind of settle into our normal groove.
It makes sense.
Yeah. The teases continue, guys. I retweeted this. I don't know if you guys saw it. CM Punk today on his Instagram posted a photo of a Ring of Honor DVD called...
Well, I mean, I'd love to see it, but I'm blocked, so sorry.
Hold on. He posted on Instagram?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway.
I think he blocked me on Twitter. You think I'm gonna fucking follow him on Instagram?
I didn't see it on Instagram. Somebody else posted a photo of it. So I retweeted it and you can see it.
I should follow him on the podcast page on Instagram. That's where I follow all the people I don't like.
He posted a picture of a Ring of Honor DVD called Punk it's just called Punk, the Final Chapter. Mm-hmm. It's got a picture of him. It says 16 years ago. So that was what?
Summer of Punk?
I
know they did a huge Summer of Punk DVD.
Yeah. Well, this is like the final. I think this is when he left Ring of Honor.
Okay.
So 16 years ago would have been.
But this is the first dance now.
Remember,
you're entering the con world.
Wait, finish what are you telling us here?
So
I have no idea.
Hold on, that's what I'm trying to get to, and AC keeps interrupting. He posts a picture of this, and he photoshops over top of it the following. This was 16 years ago today. Called the show The Final Chapter because I'm a huge Friday the 13th guy, because yesterday, or Friday the 13th. So he tweeted this on Friday. Cannot remember if this was the 13th or not. And it was. He says, today is pretty cool. Also, Final Chapter because, well, That was it for this guy. Was sure I'd be an astronaut or maybe a cowboy or something. Chapters close, books end. And then the very last line here. Nothing's over till you're underground.
Darby. That's Darby Allin reference.
That's Darby Allin's chest tattoo.
There you go.
There you go. Tie-in.
I love
Darby.
I love what somebody commented here. This was at Ringside Posse on Twitter. CM Punk stares at Darby's flat chest. Confirmed. Elias Aguirre.
I mean, yes. CM Punk is jacked.
Somebody named Elias Aguirre. CM Punk snuggles against Darby's flat chest. Confirmed. Imagine how people would be if he doesn't show up.
I mean, somebody who lives in your brain.
I'm not the only one thinking it. I'm not the only one that's been throwing out that theory.
You're the first person that brought it up to me, so you own it.
Somebody puts he is giving hints of returning. Can't wait for him to return. And if he doesn't debut at
hints, he's fucking signed. Jesus Christ.
Hold on. If he doesn't debut at the first dance, AEW is going to get a lot of heat. Although they didn't say that he's coming. They teased it like a motherfucker on Rampage, airing that promo again, and oh man, I think honestly, dude, guys, I think you fucking hear Serious by the Alan Parsons Project play, and you hear Static, and it cuts to Cult of Personality, and that motherfucker. Do you
think we get another major tease on Dynamite?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
If not, they just air the same promo they aired on Rampage. That's all you need.
Yeah, just the re-showing of the Darby promo.
Yeah, because Dynamite's audience is going to be larger than Rampage's just because based on the time slot. Let's be real here.
I mean, we can't have another ring explosion here.
No, we can't. We got to draw this in colored pencil this time instead of crayon.
That's right, White.
How about in Sharpie?
Well, if anything, Punk's going to make sure they do it in Sharpie instead of fucking crayons. Let's be honest here.
We had to do a lot of rehearsals of the explosions.
So, just given his demeanor and the way he's reacting to all this, as opposed to a couple years ago when everybody thought he was going to come to AEW and he trashed them, you would just given his, like, you would think if this was all like conjecture and rumor and not going to happen, that he would be like shitting on people right now.
Oh my God.
Like, he's not one that's just not going to not say.
Yeah, that's a good point. He would be shitting all over this if he wasn't going.
Yeah.
He'd be telling you, no, there's no value. It's not going to happen. It's not. He'd be flat out telling you no, like he did the last time.
Yeah.
This was teased with him. He said no.
So, I mean, you guys are Punk fans. I'm not a Punk fan, but I understand how huge this is, and I understand it's going to be awesome, and I'm probably going to love it too.
Well, on White's channel, he confessed his love for Punk. He said he'd have sex with him.
If
towards the end of the show, if you want to hear it.
A big if.
It's true. He said it. It's on there.
Oh, I said it. If. Big if.
That's a lot of love.
That is a lot of
I thought I loved The Rock back in the day. Wow.
Sorry for cutting you off.
No, that's okay.
You got
basically what I'm saying is, you guys are the big Punk fans. Are you more excited about him coming to AEW and this upstart, building something new and different and, whatever Kahn says, oh, it's new and exciting, blah, blah, blah. Or would you rather see him go back to WWE and beat Roman Reigns or whatever?
I see him go to fucking anywhere but WWE right now.
And you know what? I don't know, Edwards.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
And I think that if you grab the hardcore wrestling fan, I think you're probably going to get like 80% would say that.
I'm looking at a GIF right now.
So it's huge. My point being is this is huge.
Right.
I'd rather see Punk be anywhere but WWE, and the fact that he posted a Ring of Honor cover.
I think he'd rather be anywhere but WWE also, though.
He knows, because he knows.
He could have went back how long ago? Let's be real. If Punk reached out to Hunter or Vince, you're telling me they're going to be like, no, we don't want you back. Of course they would fucking take him back. Are you kidding me?
So I think that, Hell, I'd love to see him in Japan. I don't know if his body could hold up though.
But he could do the Jericho thing and just go for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yep. I'm looking at a GIF right now, by the way, of a chop battle going on between Ric Flair and Andrade, just tick-tocking Kenny Omega back and forth with chops.
Any word on the who won?
I don't know who won, but I know that Ric Flair punched out Omega. I don't know if it was before or after the match.
Mm-hmm. Interesting that Flair had such a big part of that in Mexico. That had to be Andrade driven.
That's a son-in-law.
I know, but still, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying the Mexican fans wouldn't know who he is, but.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't see that coming. Everybody thought that the fucking the belt collector was going to start breaking down, and the cleaner was going to snap, and the cleaner was going to come back.
AEW's Kenny Omega retains the AAA Mega Championship at AAA.
Wow. Okay.
New Japan has came out and said they have a big announcement.
New Japan said what?
New Japan came out and said that they have a big announcement coming up. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, it was.
So, Jeff, was it you earlier that said you might do Christian versus Omega title for title?
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's Kenny, retaining as the belt collector. And
yeah,
then
maybe
fighting and then fighting Jay White for the never open weight.
Yeah, New Japan.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The New Japan.
Maybe you do get Christian and Kenny 1-on-1. I still think it needs more, but hey, maybe you do get it.
The New Japan Global Twitter account tweeted that they would have. They tweeted it 9 minutes ago that they would have something big after the bout, but they do have a. Okay. They have Detonation sees New Japan Strong, Riverside, California on November the 15th. So they're coming back to California on November the 15th. They have
Isn't there a New Japan show before that?
It's tonight. I think they have one tonight.
It's tonight?
They have one going on right now. Yeah, they were going head-to-head with Triple Mania. They have that Resurgence show that's happening in California.
Shit.
Because Lance Archer's taking on...
yeah.
So that's the big...
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it was tonight.
Yeah, they're coming back to Riverside, California at the Riverside Municipal Auditorium, November...
Jay White and David Finlay.
Yep. But anyway, Punk. Let's talk about Punk.
It was Archer versus Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yeah, Tanahashi. I'm sorry.
Who won?
I'm looking at it. Hang on.
Anyway, let's talk about Punk real quick. How do we book this? If we're Money Mark Kahn.
Wheeler Yuta was on the show, just so you guys know.
You book him against Darby and you feed him Darby.
Do we kick off the show with this?
Whoa, Leo Rush, Chris Dickinson, Fred Yeaglem, and Yayu Urmiura, and Adrian Quest versus Tom Lurg, J.R. Kratos, Joel Nelson, Roy Sizix, and Danny Lamlight, and a 10-man tag match. Leo Rush, I thought he retired.
Yeah, he came back because he wanted to work New Japan. Terry Funk retired 15 fucking times, dude.
I know, I know.
They're apparently calling this
Juice Robertson versus Hikaluo.
He appeared on Dynamite not too long ago.
Why is it stopped there though?
Because it's still going on, I think.
Yeah, don't forget.
Now it's 12:30.
It's not in California. It's not.
It's in Japan.
It's in California.
It's in California.
At the LA JoJo.
I know, but
it's not the same time, bruh. They're 3 hours behind us.
Behind us, it's 9:30 out there.
Yeah, but usually, even when they do that, you would get it earlier. I guess you guys are right.
Ishii versus Moose is next. That's a Haas fight right there. Anyway, did we book Punk at the beginning of the show? Did we kick it off with him?
I put him at the end, White. I make the crowd chant for him all night.
And you hold the rating that way.
Yeah, does he come out at the very end and only show his face and wave, and then that's it? The show goes off the air? Does he actually get into it and get physical?
I put a microphone in his hands at like 9:45.
You know what?
Whatever time it would be. 8:45, whatever.
You've built up to this. You've let the anticipation grow. Tony Khan has came out and said, because he did a little media scrum after Rampage, and he even went on.
Of course he did.
Good paper.
It's a con world.
It's a con world. Yeah, we're all getting conned. Anyway. That's AC's next tattoo. I got conned.
I would never put that asshole's name on myself, but anyway.
Anyway. You have
Moxley's on this card too.
Yeah, he is.
Moxley and to be determined versus Good Brothers. Ishii versus Moose.
Yeah, that's happening now.
Oh shit.
Here's what I think happens.
Is this on New Japan World?
I want to say it is. It may be.
I'm probably gonna watch this when we're done.
Sounds good.
It's a good card.
I won't go to New Japan to watch it anyway. I'll sail the high seas.
I already pay New Japan World. Why wouldn't I watch it there?
Yeah, White.
I don't pay New Japan.
He's not like you.
He doesn't.
He actually pays for shit, White. Once in a while.
Anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Anyway,
Punk.
If I'm booking it, I have fucking Darby Allin come out there with about 15 minutes left in the show at that last quarter hour.
Dun 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 dun.
I love his new Tron, by the way.
Yes, it is good. I watched it.
The animation by Rooster Teeth is amazing.
Yes.
Anyway.
I
have him come out. The crowd's been chanting for Punk all night long. When he comes out, the crowd is going to heal this motherfucker. They're going to chant Punk over him. He ain't going to be able to get a word out. He's going to be like, look, the rumors, I know you're fucking back there. I know you're back there. Get your ass out here and let's go. You say you're the best in the world? Let's go. Pay him. It hits. We have a match. GTS. 1, 2, 3. Bam. There you go. I don't see Darby and him being long, dude.
Let me ask you this. What if... Now, I wouldn't do this because it would be stupid. But what if they do the best in the world? Daniel Bryan comes out and then Punk comes out.
That's too much. That's blowing all your load in one shot.
I agree, but will Kahn do it?
Oh, I wouldn't put it past him.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry. I was reading this stupid New Japan shit. Go ahead.
Daniel Bryan comes out, then Punk comes out.
This week?
Mm-hmm.
No. They're going to hold Bryan. They're going to do him bad.
Can Kahn hold it, though? Is he... Dude, is he going to get too excited? Is he going to be like, let's just do it?
I think he's going to. I think he's going to do it. If you see Danielson, you're not going to see Punk.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
I agree with AC. He's proven that he can hold his load this long without officially saying it's CM Punk.
Oh, yeah. He's ready to... Yeah, dude, he's going to explode, I bet you. By the end of the week. He might explode.
He's exploded over this already. We know that.
He's going to have that media scrum, and he's going to look at everybody in the wrestling media and go, drop it on my face, motherfuckers. Go ahead.
So, not to change the subject, but I'm going to wait on this New Japan because it's only live on New Japan World right now with Japanese commentary, not English.
Gotta have Kevin Kelly and all them doing it.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
It's
in the U.S.
They do this all the time. Every time.
Is it on traditional pay-per-view?
I don't know if it's on Fight or anything like that yet.
Yeah, it might be. Maybe that's why you can't get the English commentary right on the live stream. That's what I was reading when you guys were talking. I was like, what? Because I was actually going to put it on and comment on it as we were.
Well, how would you bring out Punk? Beginning, end.
Myself?
Yeah.
I'd bring him out in the end.
Okay.
I'd bring him out in the end because I think you build it throughout the show. Not only for the live crowd reaction, but also for if you bring him in the beginning. I mean, TV wise, it would make more sense towards the end. I'm with you. I don't know if it's 9:45 is the time or whatever, or 10:45, whatever the time is. But, you know, at some point he's in the ring with a microphone in his hand. You know, the last 5 minutes or whatever it is.
Right.
I just hope it ain't one of these things where you hear Cult of Personality, he shows up, walks out on the stage, stares.
So here it's $20 on Fight.
I agree with you, White. They can't do that. He's got to speak.
He's got to speak.
Yeah, so Resurgence is $20 on Fight. That's why you don't have the English commentary.
And they do this every time they run in the U.S. They never give English commentary live.
Yeah, because they want you to pay for it. Even though I pay my fucking 9 whatever yen every month, even when you weren't running shows, assholes.
You pay more if we say pay more. You pay what we tell you pay.
We go Tony Khan by business model. You pay anyway, motherfucker.
We Forbidden Door, not you.
Dim Pakistanis, good businessmen.
You may be center of U.S. universe. We center of our universe.
So you need help against China. Anyway.
You not only Kahn in this world.
We learn from the best.
I actually took a sip of a drink. As you said that, was spinning all over my computer.
We learn how to con from the best con. Tony.
We do Tanahashi versus Riddle. And you like it.
Riddle.
We do Time Bomb versus Fuego del Sol. Make a lot of money.
Oh, lots of money. Fuego del Sol.
Oh, yeah.
What ethnic group?
The only promotion, no women.
We know Ice Ribbon Joshi bullshit.
Who need a Kenny Omega Joshi bullshit?
We glad Kenny leave.
No
one in locker room say Joshi anymore.
Forbidden door not open to Kenny Omega.
Forbidden door
Bushi's is.
Honestly,
only Kota open door.
That's the one guy.
Open anal door for Omega.
That door no longer forbidden.
Oh, no power.
Guys, on the real though, they say that Meltzer even says to this day that is the one guy that New Japan says no to this day is the Young Bucks and Omega. They will not touch them.
They're mad at them for some reason.
They are.
They must have lied through their teeth or something.
Tell us you leave for Kahn. Now you pay.
Kahn.
You pay.
You pay with your future. You no more 60-man Iron match. Fuck you.
We take it out on Kota's ass. Kenny.
That's right.
How
That's
you
the
like
Will
that?
Ospreay. You bend over, say ah.
We take Flippy Mid-Carter and make him your spot. Kenny, how you like that?
Wait a minute. Omega wasn't already a Flippy Mid-Carter? Kahn, Flippy Omega Mid-Carter. Make him belt connect.
We'll take Ospreay and we spray him all over Kota.
We'll get them.
And then look what happened. Ospreay can't hang. So we put it on smaller guy. Did you guys see who the fuck has it? I keep forgetting this fucking guy's name because they just brought him to fucking New Japan.
Ospreay get injured due to all flippy shit.
Yeah, I didn't.
We'll make fun of the honkies eventually on this show, folks.
We're making our way around the world right now.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Oh, goddamn.
Goddamn, pal.
Give it another 2 hours. We'll get
be on all the fucking titles deserve to be on White Southern Boys like the Midnight Express. Shout out to Bobby Eaton. Rest in peace. And we're fucking gonna tear it up, goddamn it. None of you fucking Japanese people, goddamn motherfucker, all of you.
Hang on, I'm gonna get White going in a second, but I gotta bring up a point first.
Great Jim Cornette, I'll tell you what. If I tell you the rising sun is not gonna come up tomorrow, you better go buy your flashlight. Go ahead, tell him, AC.
Hang on. Oh, so Shingo Takagi is the IWGP World Champion, right?
I put it on somebody.
So when Takagi won it, it was him versus Okada at Dominion. Which I know Meltzer and White House, I love you, White House, went crazy about this match. I still will say Ibushi and what's his face?
Nakamura.
No, it was Matanza Cueto. Jeff Cobb.
Yes.
Ibushi and Jeff Cobb was the best match on that show, in my opinion. So Shingo Takagi wins the title. The fucking belt is so big. It doesn't even fit him. Did you guys see it? Dude, they put it on like the last buckle. It was falling off him. And it was the belt came around so far it almost came all the way to the front.
You know what I don't
Dude, it's fucking hilarious.
How AC can make fun of all these motherfuckers' size, but yet he rants and raves about the Young Bucks beating everybody twice their size. He's all over that shit.
Who the Young Bucks beat that's twice their size?
Dude, look at their New Japan run.
Twice their size in New Japan? Who?
Didn't they beat like fucking oh man.
No, they didn't, White. You should stop. Quit while you're ahead, White.
Thank you.
You're going to lose this argument.
He bitches about everybody's size except for these two skinny, balding motherfuckers, and I don't get it.
Yeah, but he loves Roman Reigns.
I've literally crushed the Young Bucks for a year straight. Crushed them.
Listen,
where are you
White.
going with this?
Listen to Cool Truth, White.
No, even before this year, back when you were on their team.
Yeah, when the Young Bucks were fun and they were entertaining, I liked the Young Bucks. When I gave them credit for being self-made and not selling out and doing all that stuff, yeah, that's great. What they've done up until now, in AEW, I don't think was very good.
Just put skinny.
It's cool, it's fun, and it's different.
There you go.
See, here's the thing. This is when it must be the White name, White and White House. You guys like attribute everything I say to somebody's size. I'm like, I fucking go to indie shows. I watch Ring of Honor. I watch Impact. I watch WWE. I watch AEW. I watch all kinds of wrestling. But if I say I love Roman Reigns, John Cena, and The Rock, I only like big guys. If I say I love the Young Bucks, I only like little guys. Which is it? I'm pretty fucking diverse.
You paid to take that fucking picture.
We put skinny white American in Ribera jacket. It pop AC very much.
Dude, there's not that many big guys in New Japan. I don't know where you're going with it, but whatever.
We have Young Buck go eat at TGI Fridays. AC laugh very much.
We do headbands for Connecticut, United States.
I wear a headband one time, 5 years ago.
We're taking over the USA one forehead at a time.
I gotta tell you, those Young Buck headbands suck.
Those
dangly things on them. I'm like, what are they doing with those?
He fucking bought one. That's how he knows.
No, I didn't buy one of those.
Matt Taven wear headband. Fan wear headband.
You coming down south now, boy. You better instead of
fair point, because when I was wearing the headband, I was wearing a Kingdom shirt.
See, we know how to sell merchandise.
You wear them tight muscle shirts and those headbands, man. You're gonna get looks from the wrong kind of fellas down here. I'm telling you.
No, don't worry.
You better fucking change it up to a goddamn Dickie shirt and a Harley Davidson bandana.
Listen, I have enough conservative T-shirts that last me a year to wear. Don't you worry.
America love Donald Trump. Love Donald Trump.
Love Donald Trump.
I went to Stop and Shop with my rigged election shirt on today.
Very orange, very evil.
Very orange, yes.
Yeah, very orange. Very.
And speaking of which,
mean tweets.
Like rising
cheap
sun,
gas.
Orange.
Cheap gas. Edwards, you said you're not a fan of this guy, but did you see the big ass "We Want Danhausen" sign in the front row on Ramp?
Yeah, I saw it. Yep. Yep.
He's gonna come in eventually, man. But he just got that Ring of Honor deal, so at the beginning of the year. So I doubt
Forbidden Door open.
If the Forbidden Door opens, you will see Danhausen on the fucking Dynamite.
Who's Danhausen?
Danhausen.
Forbidden Househausen.
Is he
Forbidden Door
Ring
Housing.
of Honor?
Yes. He just got a contract with Ring of Honor this year.
Oh yeah.
Love that Danhausen.
Oh yeah.
See, here's the thing. I'm with Jim Cornette on this deal. I like Danhausen's promos. I like his YouTube channel. I never want to see the guy wrestle because he's done wrestled the Invisible Man.
Wait, so you agree 100%?
Yeah.
You
I know what
agree?
you're talking about now.
You agree 100% with Jim Cornette, White?
Yeah.
There's no way. That can't be
I'm
true.
shocked. You agreed with Cornette? No way.
Imagine that, right? Oh, man.
Imagine that.
Corny.
Imagine hillbilly. Agree with hillbilly.
Cornette. Hey, listen, it's not just hillbillies. I got a bunch of fucking Yankees up here that love Cornette, too.
All America love Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette, very wise, very wise.
Very wise, very wise.
Confucius say, trust Jim Cornette. Confucius says, trust Jim Cornette.
Confucius say Jim Cornette not hired by any wrestling company right now.
Because he doesn't want to be.
Oh, yeah. That's the reason.
All
Hey,
right, boys. 2.5. I'm out.
He's expired all his options.
here's a quick thing about Jim Cornette that he just divulged this past year. Tony Khan had a talk with him right when AEW was first starting. You know what Tony Khan made Cornette do in order to even talk to the guy? Cornette had to sign a fucking NDA.
Why'd he do it?
I don't know.
Because he wanted
This is
a job.
fraud.
Because he wanted a job from Kahn. Because it's a Kahn world.
And
Actually
we're
thought-
just living in it.
That's right.
Well, because he wanted to hear Khan's plans for this.
Accept it, White. Accept it.
He wanted to hear Khan's plans for
Say it's a con world, White.
and in
Say
order,
it. Say we're right, White.
Well,
Say
we're-
it.
Say it's a con
well-
world.
It's Kahn world. Say it.
yeah, we're all getting conned.
Kahn world.
Hashtag Con World. But anyway,
Bend over and take your con.
I think
You'll take your Kahn and you'll like it,
You'll-
White.
I think Jim Cornette wanted to see if it was going to be exactly like he thought it was going to be. And before Khan would let him know, yes, we're going to have the Young Bucks and Omega and all them in, he made him sign an NDA. Because Cornette's mentioned it many times. He goes, I can't mention this because of that good old NDA. He'll hint around it, but...
Poor Cornette. Well, we should probably wrap.
Yeah, I'm wrapped
We're wrapped.
already.
We're wrapped. So,
We're
so
on
this is what we got to do. We got to come back next Saturday after, because I can't do it Friday. So we got to do it
After
Saturday.
Punk.
Yeah.
Even if
All
even if I'm on the road, count me in and I'll do it on my telephone.
All
There you
right. All right, deal. So we'll agree to meet up again next Saturday. We have a Dynamite. We have
Pepsi
we
Man.
have the Rampage, and SummerSlam will be that night, which I won't see any of it. So I don't know if you guys are watching it. I'll probably throw it on while we're doing the show and kind of like whatever peek at it. But I'm not really that excited.
Speaking of Danhausen, every time he makes a CM Punk reference, he doesn't call him CM Punk. He just calls him Pepsi Man. So that's what I've been saying. Like Pepsi Man's returning soon. We know drink a Pepsi.
All right. I'm gonna from the Cool Truth standpoint and Wretromania Wrestling Podcast Network standpoint.
Pillar to post.
I'm gonna wrap here. Here we go. One more time. I got to do it again. You're gonna hear about it for another month. CT Horror Fest, September 18th at the Naugatuck Event Center in Naugatuck, Connecticut. Jake the Snake Roberts. For more information, www.horrornewsnetwork.com/CT Horror Fest.